Stan, don't bring me down, Stan, in Kaysville.
Kaysville.
Not Bruce, Stan in Kaysville.
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 Jeff Lynne says that's one of his 9 favorite ELO songs.
He has 9.
He has 9 favorite ones. And
Not
that's one
10.
of them.
He has 9.
On this day?
It's not my favorite, but anyway.
What's your favorite ELO song?
Probably, I don't know, might be Mr. Blue Sky. Telephone Line's pretty good.
Mr. Blue Sky, I'd say.
Yeah. Anyway.
On this day, member of ELO Melvin Gale was born in 1952.
Oh.
Now listen, I didn't catch this. So there's there's something in "Don't Bring Me Down." It's a mondegreen. You know what a mondegreen is?
I do not.
A mondegreen is where you hear something in a song, and it's the lyric. You think the lyric is one thing. You know, like staying up all night listening to Mormons. Mm-hmm. When it's staying up all night listening
to Mormons all night.
So, and the way it's called a mondegreen because the term was coined by Sylvia Wright in 1954, recalling a childhood memory, her mother reading the Scottish ballad The Bonnie Earl o' Moray and mishearing the words "laid him on the green" as Lady Mondegreen.
Lady Mondegreen.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So that's why these things are called mondegreens.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But let's go back to the mondegreen in that song, ELO, Don't Bring Me Down. It says, and I didn't catch this, following the title line, Jeff Lynne shouts, "Bruce." Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't...
Don't bring me down,
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah, he says, no, I don't say Bruce.
It's
What
not
does he
Bruce?
say?
No,
What is it?
He says, it's just a made-up word. I'm
Well,
saying
it's a made-up word that sounds a lot like Bruce.
Yeah, it sure is, Gina. It really, that's a good observation. It's Groose.
Bruce?
Groose. It's a made-up word. He said, I needed something to fill that little gap right there.
Now, James Gunn has always said that if there was a house band for the Guardians of the Galaxy, it would be ELO. So
really?
maybe it's Don't Bring Me Down, Groot.
Could be. And there's also something interesting about that song, which I'd like to hear. Apparently, the Hives recorded a song called "Go Right Ahead," and it sounds exactly like "Don't Bring Me Down" by ELO.
Really? Let me see.
So much so that they credit Jeff Lynne on the line, in the liner notes as a co-writer.
Hives, what's the song?
"Go Right Ahead."
Go right.
And it was in 2012 that they released that.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Well, there you go.
Don't bring me down.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, you better credit Jeff Lynne for this one. Or get
Bruce.
sued, Bruce. Yeah.
I think Jeff Lynne said, "Thank you. That's fine. Just give me credit.
Send me a check.
No, I don't think he needs any money."
The Hives are such a great band, and hardly anybody hears about them.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Well, Bill, putting him in the writing credits is giving him a check.
Well, I guess
You're
it
in the
is.
writing
Yeah.
It is,
credits.
yes.
Yeah, he'll get 2 cents every
He'll get-
time it's played on Spotify.
Yeah, maybe.
And then,
Now, the other thing about ELO
yeah.
is that they're one of the few songs that Randy Newman has written a song about.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There were 6 fine English boys who knew each other in Birmingham. They bought a Jordan guitar
He likes ELO.
and started a rock roll band.
Why?
And Johnny played little violin, and Bobby Joe played the big violin.
The big violin. It's a little violin.
That stands on the floor.
The one that stands on the floor.
Yeah.
They're all in the rock roll band.
They're all in the rock roll band. I love Randy Newman.
Here we go.
First song sounded like this. Please get me a witness. Please get me a witness. Right off they needed a name. Someone said, how about the I prefer ELO.
Okay.
I love Randy Newman.
Anyway.
Apparently, country stars Little Big Town, Casey Musgraves, and Midland did a version of the song. That was on The Tonight Show, so it's probably not recorded.
Probably not.
Be interesting to hear their take on it.
All right. Well, that was certainly.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
You bet it has. And now, we will take a break, and then we'll come back, and you can check in with us if you like. I don't know why you wouldn't like to do that. It's fun. You get to be on the radio for a second. You get to say hi. You can ask us a question.
And now?
All of that. 877-602 is the number to call. 877-602-9696. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you. You can also, of course, text us if that's the way you swing. 33986.
And now?
Zero res.
If you've had the entire band of ELO over to your house,
what a mess.
they just leave a mess all over your upholstery and your carpet and your air ducts. They make all of that dirty, so you need Zero Res to come in and take care of all that. They have a patented technology, get your carpets insanely clean with no detergents or harsh chemicals. That helps them stay cleaner longer, and it actually helps them dry faster. Sometimes you might have had your carpets clean in the past, and it feels like they're wet for days. No, they clean faster, and if for any reason you're unsatisfied, they'll re-clean the areas you're not happy with for free within 30 days after your appointment. Maybe you don't notice right away. A couple days later, you're like, oh, they missed a spot.
Should I be worried about insanely clean?
Insane, craziness. It was crazy how clean.
Crazy.
Get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $109 and a hallway clean for free when you mention X96 or Radio from Hell. Call 866-0RES or go online at zerores.com. Schedule your appointment today with Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just intrigued because I want to play this game.
Okay. All right. I know what you want.
Gina's list about British actors that you didn't know were British.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, this would be a more interesting list if it were in actors and you had to say British or not British, but these are all British.
They're all British.
You ready?
All right.
Okay.
Now,
oh, do you want the list intro?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
So there's really nothing we can guess at here.
No. It's just, did you know?
Okay.
So we just keep track of the ones that we did know.
Yeah.
We'll be honest about it.
Yes, be honest.
Henry Cavill,
I knew that.
Superman.
Because everybody in the, well, not everybody, so many people in the geek community were upset
Because he's not American.
that Superman was an American, to which I have to remind them, he's Kryptonian. All right.
But he's a symbol of the all-American way.
He was born in Jersey, not New Jersey.
Jersey.
Old Jersey.
Old Jersey.
Now this, everybody knows this. Idris Elba. Of course he's British.
Yes,
Born
we
in
knew that.
London.
That hijack show is really good.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Well, people might not know that. He plays a lot of Americans.
Well, and he's Batman. Again, another one, another segment of the geek community upset that Batman wasn't an American.
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
From the Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, okay.
James
Katie likes the Charlie.
I was surprised when I found out he was British. I didn't know at first.
Yeah.
But
But people might not know.
Okay.
James McAvoy.
I knew.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Daniel Kaluuya.
yeah,
Yes.
he's great in the silo.
Tom Holland. Another
Yes.
British.
British
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
superhero.
Spider-Man is, he should be from Queens, right?
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
Knew that, yeah.
Andrew Lincoln.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, don't act like that. Let's stop
Okay.
for a minute. Remember when you first found out?
Knew Andrew Lincoln was British because I saw him in Love Actually.
And I did not see Love Actually, so
A lot of people are surprised.
I was
that-
surprised because of I saw him in Walking
Yeah,
Dead.
Rick from Walking Dead,
Yeah.
British. Henry Golding,
I don't even quite know
Yeah.
who that
Who
is.
is Henry Golding?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh,
the star.
that was a surprise to
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
Because he does not have a British accent.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised because I don't know who it is.
Kit Harington,
Come
John
on.
John Snow,
No, I figured he was British.
Gary Oldman,
Well, how can you not know this?
Exactly. He's Dracula.
Robert Pattinson,
Yes.
another
Another
Brit,
playing our beloved American superheroes.
Damian Lewis.
Yes.
Damian Lewis. Who's
Now
that?
he plays,
He's on Billions, and he was on the thing with Claire Danes.
but he usually has an American
He
accent.
plays a lot of Americans. But
Riz Ahmed,
yeah,
That one.
kind of surprising.
That one surprised me. Yeah.
I knew because I knew he was a big famous DJ.
Andrew Garfield, another
Yep.
British
Yep.
superhero.
That one. He also surprised me because he
American accent all the
mostly
time.
plays Americans.
Daniel Day-Lewis, that's not it.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
Jude Law, that you
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
one. Andy Serkis,
Yeah.
British.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought actually, I thought maybe it was New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston, everybody
Yeah.
knows he's
Well,
British.
he's very
That's-
British. I
that's-
mean,
but again,
yeah.
all of these British superheroes.
So these are Brits who've played Americans.
Hugh Laurie.
Yes.
Hugh Laurie surprised me
Really?
because
he was with what's his name?
with Fry and Laurie.
Brian Laurie.
And I wasn't aware of that comedy team until after House because I saw Hugh Laurie on House and I was just like, oh, he perfect. You know?
I saw it and I thought, isn't that guy who was in the comedy
Who was in the
team?
comedy team.
Yeah.
Sam Worthington,
Yeah.
who's in that Snipe Hunt Avatar
He was in Avatar.
franchise. Tim Roth.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that, yeah,
Now, wait a minute.
because Honey Bunny.
Here's the last one.
All right.
Kiefer Sutherland.
What? This is a trick question.
Now it sort of is. I mean, his father is Canadian.
And I thought he was Canadian.
Wasn't he born in Britain?
I thought he
Kiefer was
claimed.
born in London.
Really? I thought
There, I found one. You
You
didn't
did.
know. There
I-
was one you didn't know.
That's one I didn't.
I thought Kiefer claimed Canadian status.
That's two I didn't know because I don't know who that other guy is.
Kiefer was
Yeah, I thought
born
he
in
was
London and then
Canadian.
moved to Canada when he was young.
Oh.
Well, I guess does that so that qualifies? It makes him
Well, he
British.
was born there, yeah.
Well, I was born in Ogden. Does that make?
You claim
Oh, I
that.
guess that makes me an Ogdenite,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah. It doesn't make me British. That's for damn sure.
So there you go. Not a lot of surprises.
No. Coffee, anyone?
I'm having some right now.
Good. Mill Creek coffee. I drank plenty of it this morning
This is
before I came to
It's
work.
the last of the Colombian.
I've been mixing my own. I've been taking certain blends of
The
Mill
Bill
Creek
Allred blend?
and just
Is
kind
that
of
what you're doing?
putting them in the hopper together. You know, the lighter and
I
the
don't
darker
know if you're
ones.
qualified to do that.
That's I like the dark roast, but some of it's too dark. So then I put the lighter roast in.
I'm
And
going to be grinding some breakfast blend this morning.
works. Let's get this over with, though. We'll officially begin the program, and then we'll go to your check-ins if you've got some of them. 877-602-9696. Don't see anybody calling yet, but that's not to say they won't. You can text us at 33986. Gina.
Catch an all-star Weezer tribute January 17th at the State Room. Come celebrate the 30th birthday of Weezer's classic debut album, unofficially the Blue Album, played and sung by some of the best talent in Utah. Details and ticket links at x96.com.
The moon is on the wane, waning gibbous moon, 97% of full. The moon will set today at 9:16 a.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 15th day of January in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's National Bagel Day.
Ah.
Do you know anybody, anyone who pronounces that word differently?
A bagel?
A
Is that what
bagel?
you meant?
Yeah.
I think
Have
they
I don't
do
know
it
anyone who
jokingly.
says bagel.
I have heard people say, in all seriousness, bagel. I need a bagel. It's National Hat Day.
Oh.
National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Haven't had any strawberry ice cream in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's National Museum Selfie Day.
Museum selfie.
Yeah, that just involves. It used to be that in museums they would not allow you to take any photos because flash photography it would it would deter from the
That's right.
viewing of the painting. Some people thought it would damage the painting, but now with phones being so sophisticated, museums are kind of letting you take pictures, and so take some selfies at a museum. That's what they're suggesting there. And this is the Radio from Hell show, the world-famous Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. There's Gina Barberi right over there. Katie for short is our fine producer. And we have helping out today Allison, the dental school dropout.
Dental school dropout.
That's Allison. The sweet flower that is Allison. And now we'll go to your check-ins, 877-602-9696, if you're there.
Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Why is it so hugging cold and no snow?
It is cold, isn't it?
What was the Bowie song you played yesterday before Big Boy News? It was Sound and Vision from the album Low. Let's see. Magna Chris checking in. Thanks for waking me up with ELO. Good stuff. Aaron from Ogden. Morning. Don't bring me down, Lords. I'm Groot. Mike in Nashville checking in. Brought to you by the exciting new Schwept Wing Dodge. Zane of Dallas checking in. Does the animal doctor have anything that must go?
Zane's trying to cover two bases at once there.
Thanks, Zane. And actually, we are looking for your must-goes. We're going to do that in about a half an hour. If you have something that's bothering you, email us right this very minute, radiofromhell@x96.com.
We need them.
Put must go in the subject line so we know what's going on.
We need them. Perry City listener checking in. Already a good uplifting morning. I wish my Radio from Hell friends a great day.
Aww.
Nice farting around, Ron the Carpenter. Lunch Lady Shar here. It's chicken and waffles day.
I love chicken and waffles.
At school lunch, they do chicken and waffles?
They don't know how good they have it at your school, Shar.
We were excited for Pizza Day.
El Taco Day was a celebration.
Yeah, Taco Day.
Electric Ireland checking in. I would prefer to be at home with my wife this morning instead of work. Happy birthday, Sid. Good morning. Mikkel of Reno, present and accounted for. Mishak of Erda checking in. Nathan checking in. I have a job interview this afternoon. I could use some good vibes today.
Here come the vibes, Nathan.
Bus driver Troy checking in. Johnny B checking in while listening while shaping and polishing the edges of my freshly cut granite windowsills.
Granite windowsills. Pretty classy.
Roger of Milburn checking in. That was some excellent farting around. Good morning, Lords and Lady. Meg the musician checking in.
It's like we got Jared on line one.
Jared is here.
In Roy. Good morning, Jared. Thanks for checking in. What's up? Roy? Jared?
Oh, not much. Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry, I was hearing you guys talk about that pronunciation of bagel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know some people from the Midwest, like Michigan area. I have a sister-in-law and a friend that actually pronounce it bagel.
Yeah.
And I always give them a hard time and say, let's get a bag of bagels. 'Cause that's
A bag of
how they would
bagels.
say it.
Yeah. It's it's I think it's a sort of a regionalism. Some people, and probably in the Midwest there, say bagel because, well, they haven't seen very many Jewish people. Thanks, Jared.
Anyway,
Jared.
thanks for letting me listen. Always appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
see
you.
ya.
Let's see. Cardboard Chris checking in. I would have called in, but my fart is stuck.
Well, it's terrible.
Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. Let's see. You know, Bill, you could purchase a medium roast coffee instead of mixing it dark and light.
Well,
Just saying.
yeah, I could, but see, we get coffee handed to us here at the studio, and we get all different kinds of coffee.
Thank you, Morning Music School, for turning me on to the Hives. I've never heard them before.
Oh, they're great.
Great
Yeah.
band. Oh, yeah.
They're fun.
Is it them that's Tick Tick Boom?
Yeah.
I get the Hives confused.
Not tick tick boom. It's just tick tick. You're thinking of click click boom.
Click Click Boom.
Yeah, but tick tick is just the Hives.
Yeah,
got some-
which is a great song.
I've got some Hives here. Let me.
We could play some like as a if you know you know, or as a
Or if you
Oh,
know,
it's
you
Tick
know.
Tick Boom is the Hives. Yeah.
If you know, you know, or if you know, you know.
Great band. What a great band.
Yeah.
And we just don't hear from them enough. Anyway,
And hopefully that was enough that we won't get dinged on YouTube.
we probably will. Dr. Neil checking in. Is it the weekend yet?
No.
I feel Friday tired already.
Yeah.
I like that term.
I felt that way Monday.
Friday tired. Mike F. and Russell from Ogden checking in for the first time in 30 years.
Wow. What? Why? See, this is what
See,
you need to call.
exactly.
Why today?
I wonder why.
Of all
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, I want to know why it's been 30 years.
And by the way, Effin is the middle name of almost every man in Ogden.
That's true. Right.
The women are Marie and the men are Effin.
Effin. Yeah.
Right wing Wade checking in. Kurt said really enjoyed farting around. Karen from Wendover, Metal Shop Mark. Soundy checking in, headed to Park City Studios to wonk with some certain Mormon wives.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Joseph from Hill Air Force Base checking in. Can someone tell me what we're supposed to be doing? Love, Sid.
Oh,
Midwesterners are stupid.
Who said that?
Just unattributed, not a text.
that's why you got to call. So,
I get. Yeah, I see. I'd like to talk to that person about 30 years.
what's your story there?
Yeah, why 30 years?
Or why today? Why today?
Of all days.
Have you been gone? Did you come back? You know, all
Coma. Maybe it was a coma.
maybe.
Hey.
All right. Well, traffic, please.
A 54 South is closed in Kearns, both eastbound and westbound near 45th West. This is due to a structure fire. Use an alternate route through there. Eastbound 5th South closed at 450 West in Bountiful. Only one right lane is open. Westbound heading to 5th West. Crash southbound Bangor Highway, milepost 24 at the I-80 junction. Left lane is closed there. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, you are a part of the Infinity team, and you can text us and let us know what you're seeing. Like Right Wing Wade says, checking in from I-15, both lanes moving along well, slowing and diverting by Kearns High School 54 South. That's that fire we were telling you about. So,
Oh, yeah.
33986.
All right. We will take a break, play a song for you. The song is an If You Know, You Know song. And it's one that you guys, I know you know.
Okay.
But others may not know. Coming up after that, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, and Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain how you'll play and what you'll win coming up after these messages. UtahAdvocates.com.
Accidents happen. Car accidents, bicycle accidents. I almost took out somebody on a scooter the other day who was zooming up the sidewalk as I was coming out of the driveway.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, when these things happen and they're not your fault, you need to call the advocates. You're banged up, you're hurt. Maybe you're in the hospital. Maybe you're recuperating at home. Whatever it is, the advocates can help you. They're a local personal injury law firm, and you can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 801-355-5550 is the number. And when you call, they're not going to charge you for the call. As a matter of fact, they don't ask you for a dime out of your pocket throughout the whole process if they take your case.
You're never going to write a check.
No.
They'll just take it out of the settlement.
Mm-hmm. And so get a hold of them right away, and they can take care of the insurance company while you get better. 801-355-5550 is the number, or you can chat with them online, utahadvocates.com. In the long run, I'd rather.
I mean, once you get there.
Yeah. If I had the time, I would rather drive everywhere.
Really?
You don't enjoy airplane travel?
I do not. Not in the slightest. The airports are exceptionally busy. The planes are crowded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the flight to Seattle, SeaTac, and the flight back, not a single seat was empty.
Mhm.
Not a single seat. And
And you're dealing with your boot. That's probably not easy.
so I get a wheelchair, but that's kind of a joke as well. trying to get. I guess the airlines they all use the same wheelchair service. They subcontract, to it, and it's very hit and miss. Like you say, I need a wheelchair and I'd like one waiting for me. Well, it may be there or it may not be there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you just snag one yourself, and then your family pushes it, and not an attendant.
Is that what happened to you?
A couple of times, and then coming back. This is the great. We're running pretty tight on time coming back to catch the plane back to Salt Lake. So but there's the wheelchair sign right there, and there's a whole bunch of wheelchairs and attendants.
Okay.
And I said, I need a wheelchair. It's here on my ticket, my boarding pass. And they were like, okay, well, who's gonna? I don't know. And they were speaking a language I didn't understand for the most part. And then finally this young woman said, I'll take you. And so I said, okay, let's go find my family. So we go and we find the family, and her phone rings.
The attendant.
Yeah, the attendant.
Yeah.
And she said, I have to take you back. Why? We're going to be late for no, I have to take you back. So we go back to there, and then there's another back and forth about who's going to take me and why. And finally, this one guy, and the guy that was in charge says, no, you. Finally, one guy goes, I'm taking him. Right now, I'm taking him right now.
Okay.
And he grabbed the chair that I was sitting in and grabbed my phone. And the guy who was running the stand went, hey, and he said, no, I'm taking him. And off we went.
Well, why so much trouble?
I have no idea.
Huh.
Zero idea why there was so much nonsense.
But you made your flight on time.
Yes, because he was great. That guy was great. He almost ran through the airport, pushing that wheelchair that I was in. And he'd say, move, wheelchair coming, move.
I could see if there was only one person there, and they're like, I can't leave the stand.
Yeah,
but
there were
plenty.
There
of
were
people
several people there, and they almost kept my phone, that had my boarding pass on it. It was just madness, absolute madness.
So you want to drive?
But here's another thing I hate about the airport, and I think the ladies' room the restrooms are probably the same way. Okay. So the way the restrooms are set up now, there's a big door opening, and then there's a panel there.
Yeah.
Right. And
one way goes men's, one way goes women's.
No. It's
inside the men's.
Inside the men's room. You step through the big door. There's a big panel there. You can go to the right of the panel or the left of the panel. Both ways take you into the restroom. It would seem to me that the logical thing is going in, you take the right, you go to the right side, and then coming out, you come out on the other side. But as I'm always going in on the right side, somebody's coming out the right side.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh yeah.
And I find that just the most aggravating thing because logic would dictate is you enter to the right. I think they should put arrows, put an arrow saying, go in this side. But
one-way entrance and one-way outrance.
Yeah, but it's
outrance?
Outrance. And then I just invented. You can have that.
Yeah. And then the same thing happens when you're going out. I make sure that I go out on that other side, and people are coming in that way.
Mm-hmm.
It infuriates me. I want to say, don't you understand how things should work? That's my anger. But the Salt Lake Airport is very nice.
It's beautiful.
It's.
I always wish I had more time to spend there.
I've never had any time to spend in any of it.
That's what I'm saying. I always wish I had a layover in the Salt Lake Airport. It would be a nice airport to have a layover in.
And they have
great restaurants, great shops.
And you go, I bet that's nice.
Yeah. But I got to make my flight.
Hey, there's I can't. No, I can't. I gotta go. I gotta go. So I talked to a woman, though. She was in a wheelchair, 92, 92 years old. I said, where are you going? And she said, I'm going up to Bainbridge Island to visit my grandchildren. 92 years old. I said, you're 92. Why don't they come here?
Exactly.
Because getting to Bainbridge is you have to take the ferry and all of that. She said, well, I'm living in Cedar City. I flew up here, and I've had a 5-hour layover here.
Oh, wow.
So, why? Again, give me the names of those.
I'll call them.
I want to call them up and just give them the hell. They should be visiting you, not vice versa. She was really sweet.
Of happiness, or TPOH if you're in a hurry.
I don't mind saying the pursuit of happiness.
Okay. I'm an adult now. If you know, you know.
Was there any? Did they do anything else much?
That was about it.
I think that was about it.
That's too bad.
6:41 right now. We got some big boy news and a pinuendo. Then right after that, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you will win.
Tickets to this all-star Weezer tribute, January 17th at the Stateroom.
So Weezer tribute concert, 877-602-9696 at the Stateroom. Going to be a good show. You'll get those tickets when you play Frank Christ Presents. Coming up after this, big boy news and a pinuendo brought to you by
Cinderella is a megawatt production. Experience the classic fairy tale with all new sets and costumes opening February 7th with music performed live by the Ballet West Orchestra. Tickets at balletwest.org.
The Oscar Awards ceremony is on the verge of being canceled completely.
Completely?
For the first time in its 96-year history because of the deadly wildfires that have devastated Los Angeles. The official Academy Award Committee is monitoring the situation daily, with stars including Tom Hanks, Emma Stone, Meryl Streep, and Steven Spielberg said to be aware of the situation and monitoring it, and they have a lot of input into it. The Academy Award Committee, because the Pacific Palisades area of L.A. has been destroyed by fire, burning down many of the A-list stars' homes. The feeling is that it could be in bad taste to go ahead with the glitzy bash when dozens of people have died, 25, I think, at the latest count, and thousands have been left homeless. An insider said the Oscar board's main concern at this time is to not look like they're celebrating while many Los Angelinos are dealing with heartbreak and unimaginable loss. And certainly, even if the fires went out in the next week, the reality is the city is still hurting and will be dealing with that pain for months.
But they're not going out. They're still
No.
burning right
The
now.
hierarchy has decided the focus will support and fundraise when the right opportunities present themselves. At least 25 people have now died in the fires. That figure will rise. 200,000 residents have been forced to flee their homes. 88,000 people still under evacuation orders. The destruction has led to a contingency strategy being put in place for the Oscar ceremony to be called off. A measure first introduced in the early 2000s. The highly classified plan would only be implemented if a life-changing event affects the show being aired, and that certainly is this. And they said just the very thought of having a waiter, a poorly paid innocent person who has lost their home, serving delicate Wagyu burgers and sliced cucumber sandwiches to multimillionaire movie stars just doesn't sit right.
Yeah.
Homelessness is on the rise. There's an opioid epidemic, and right now Los Angeles is in an absolutely critical time in its history. So I don't know, they may, in fact, call it off. An investigation is underway after a woman was found dead Monday inside of a West Jordan home where 2 young children were found near her body. A man has been arrested on multiple charges, including child abandonment, after police discovered the woman's body when a coworker said that she'd failed to show up to work and was worried because there was a history of domestic violence. Whenever we have an incident where there is a deceased individual, it's tragic for us, said Sergeant Andrew Hercue. The victim has been identified as 39-year-old Autumn Mercado. West Jordan police were called to the home, 7800 South Iron Core Lane, for a welfare check. When they arrived, they found Autumn Mercado's body at the bottom of the stairs. 2 kids, ages 1 and 4, discovered near their deceased mother. Carlos Mercado explained that he believed that Autumn had passed out due to having vertigo and that she fell down the stairs, but did not say when she fell. According to the arrest documents, Carlos Mercado smelled of alcohol, had trouble maintaining his balance. Multiple open containers of alcohol were found throughout the home's front room, kitchen area. And Carlos said, "We'd been drinking all night. I fell asleep, and when I woke up, there she was." Yeah, the police are not buying that. He's in custody. Well, according to the Atlantic magazine, the Pete Hegseth hearing yesterday was a national embarrassment.
Yes.
Yeah.
America's allies and enemies watched as Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense failed to quell concerns about his character and qualifications. Not long after Secretary of Defense nominee Hegseth read his opening statement and then began fielding questions from the Senate Armed Services Committee, the writer of this article for The Atlantic said, "I began thinking, I hope neither America's allies nor its enemies are watching this." The hope was, of course, completely unreasonable. Such hearings are watched closely by friends and foes alike.
Yes.
What America and the world saw was not a serious examination of a serious man. Instead, Republicans on the committee showed that they would rather elevate an unqualified and unfit nominee to a position of immense responsibility than to cross Donald Trump, Elon Musk, or the most ardent Republican voters in their home states.
Exactly.
America's allies should be deeply concerned. America's enemies, meanwhile, are most certainly laughing in amazement at their unexpected good fortune. Most of the Republican senators, asked questions that had little to do with the defense of the United States and everything to do with the peculiar obsessions that dominate the alternative reality of right-wing television and talk radio, especially the bane of wokeness. Perhaps
They brought that up yesterday.
Yes, they did.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps that was just as well for Hegseth, because the few moments where anything of substance came up did not go well for him. When Senator Deb Fischer of Nebraska, for example, tried early on to draw him out with some basic questions about nuclear weapons, he was lost. He tried to fumble his way around to an answer that included harnessing the creativity of Silicon Valley to innovate a future nuclear force or something. On many other questions, including adherence to the Geneva Conventions, the role of the military in domestic policy, of domestic policing, and the obligation to disobey illegal orders, Hegseth fudged and improvised. He seemed aware that he had to avoid sounding extreme while still playing for the only audience that really matters, 50 Republican senators and one former and future president of the U.S.
And I'll say the same thing about this hearing as I did about when Kavanaugh was being questioned. This is the best we have.
Yeah.
These are the positions we want the very best, most qualified, smart people in. This is the best you can come up with. You can argue about whether he's, a horrible partner to women or he's a horrible
Alcoholic.
Okay, that's over here. But how about is he the best person for the job? You can pick anybody for this job. He's the best person.
Well, Gina,
for the
he's
job.
the best person for the job because he's a white male and a Republican, so that's why.
But even
That's all.
Carrie, even if that's
all they have.
qualification, there isn't somebody that's more qualified.
But he's on TV. See,
I'm more qualified.
yeah.
Speaker Mike Johnson told reporters one option on the table is making a new tranche of disaster relief funding for the California wildfires conditional on agreeing to raise the debt ceiling.
Well,
Johnson confirmed to reporters Monday that there's been some discussion of tying California wildfire aid to a debt limit increase after Republican members raised the issue with Donald Trump. And then I heard Tommy Tuberville, a Republican from Alabama, going on and on about California. It's this is burning down because everybody's so woke. We don't deserve to give. We shouldn't give them money. If you look into it, how much money does Alabama get from the federal government?
A lot.
Well, about $17 billion in fiscal year 2021.
Alabama can't take care of itself.
And how much money does Alabama contribute to the overall economy of the United States compared to how much money does California contribute to the overall economy of the United States? Shut up. God.
And someone asked them specifically, what are you talking about when you say that it should be tied to some sort of
raising the debt?
What is it besides? I mean, they keep saying just raise the debt, and they're being so generic about it. What are you specifically wanting California to do? Just say it.
Boar's Head. The recalls between May and November last year of Boar's Head meats have a culprit: poor sanitation. An investigation into the multi-state listeria outbreak by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service identified poor sanitation practices at this Virginia facility. It has since been closed. Meat and fat residue from the previous day's products were found on production and packaging equipment. Dripping condensation on products and poor building maintenance were also observed. Mold and scum everywhere. And, this really hurts my feelings. And because I loved Boar's Head products. I thought they were great. And now I'm...
anymore since all this came out, I only buy, that local company, Criminelli. I only get, my salami and stuff from them.
Let's see. Let's do this story. A debate has been sparked in Utah after a corporate mandate from Nothing But Bundt Cakes dessert franchise. They're demanding that their local owners now keep the doors open on Sunday. As many Utahns are well aware, several stores and restaurants around the state often remain closed on Sundays, despite the ability to attract more customers. I'm telling you, if I were in retail or if I were in commerce, had a restaurant, I know it's hard, but I'd be open all the time.
You're damn right.
I'd be open all the time.
All right.
And finally this, SpaceX has launched a rocket to the moon. There are two different landers, moon landers on board, which will, one is a Japanese moon lander explorer, and one is a Texas one, and they're going to do some exploration of the moon.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, Utah Hockey Club lost last night to the Montreal Canadiens 5-3. Puck drops for them tomorrow against the Rangers. BYU men's basketball, they beat Oklahoma State 85-69. Utah women lost last night, so they're currently ranked 23rd, but they lost to Baylor, who's not ranked at all, so they will probably drop some more. You've got, Utah State, who's ranked 22 right now. They play tonight at 9, and the Utah Jazz home tonight, 7 o'clock against the Charlotte Hornets. Weather, yeah, it's cold with no snow. I don't think we'll see any maybe till Friday night to Saturday, but even then it's just a slight chance. 38 for a high today, overnight low 22. Traffic, we have crash Bangor Highway, the entrance to the Salt Lake Airport. Left lanes are blocked, both northbound and southbound. You're going to need to stay to your right to get by there. Eastbound 5th South is closed at 450 West in Bountiful. Only one right lane is open. Westbound heading to 5th West. And there's a structure fire at 54 South closed in Kearns, both eastbound and westbound near 45th West due to a large structure fire. Use an alternate route through there. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Good morning, Mr. Christ.
Oh, hello, everyone.
It's Frank Christ, ladies and gentlemen. He has just appeared in our studio on his electric scooter. Frank Christ, the Reaper of Celebrity Souls. And he is as a Grim Reaper as you would picture him. He's a skeletal figure with a robe. He carries a scythe. You don't really, what do you use the scythe for? Is it just more symbolic than anything?
Well, it's imbued with properties that allow me to summon the essence out of a body.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
That's what, I see. You draw the essence out and put it in your sidecar and take the celebrity soul to the distribution center.
Indeed.
And it hurts you to do this.
Oh, I hate doing it.
Why do you hate it so much?
I love our precious
You know he does, Bill. Why do you keep asking him?
Well,
you know he loves them.
Because there are new listeners, I hope, all the time.
Everything they say and do is right.
That's right.
Just yesterday, I had to go and get Dr. Monica from General Hospital.
Oh,
Monica
no.
Quartermain?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Leslie Charleston, dead.
Oh.
79. Tragedy.
It is a tragedy. Everything she said and did was right.
Of course.
Yes. Frank joins us to play the game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine. I've noticed that no one is calling in.
Oh, let me tell you about the prize again. Maybe we need
Have
to
I
do
frightened people?
The phone number is 877-602-9696. And if you play the Dead Celebrity game, you will surely win this prize.
Catch an all-star Weezer tribute January 17th at the State Room. Come celebrate the 30th birthday of Weezer's classic debut album. The Blue Album, played and sung by some of the best talent in Utah. Details and ticket links at x96.com.
All right, do we have somebody there to play?
We'll get someone in a moment. You know, just the other day, I had to take Peter Fenwick.
I know that name.
He's a leading expert on near-death experiences.
Oh, that's
89.
shocking.
Oh,
He's the
tragedy.
leading expert in
Near-death experiences. Oh, I gave him some real experience there.
I'll bet you did.
All right. Let's see. Laura is on the phone.
Laura, good morning. How are you?
I am fine, just fine.
Yes, good, Laura. Laura, Frank has given me a list of 4 actors. Because it's Museum Selfie Day, these are all actors in movies about or set in museums, and one of them is dead.
Wow.
Yeah. You identify the dead celebrity, you'll win that prize. You ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Celebrity number 1, Nick Clooney, brother of singer Rosemary Clooney and the father of actor George Clooney. He gained his first national fame by hosting a daytime game show called The Money Maze. He was in Salt Lake City for several years, anchoring news on Fox station KSTU, and next he was a host and researcher for the cable channel American Movie Classics. Nick Clooney played the older version of his son, George, in The Monuments Men, about saving art treasures from the Nazis. Number 1 is Nick Clooney.
Mhm.
Number 2 is Ben Gazzara. His breakthrough role was in the Broadway play Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. His films include The Bridge at Remagen, Capone, Voyage of the Damned, Roadhouse, and The Big Lebowski. It was Jackie Treehorn. In The Thomas Crown Affair, a billionaire steals a painting from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and Ben Gazzara is in that. Number 2 is Ben Gazzara. Number 3, Matt Frewer. He was, of course, the TV icon Max Headroom. He also appeared in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Lawnmower Man 2, The Sign of 4, Dawn of the Dead, and Watchmen. He was Archibald Stanley in Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. Number 3, Matt Frewer. And number 4 is Carla Gugino. After early roles in the films Troop, Beverly Hills, This Boy's Life, and Snake Eyes, Gugino received wider recognition for her starring roles in the Spy Kids trilogy, Sin City, and American Gangster, and she's just got this huge list of movies. She's been in everything. She was in the original movie Night at the Museum. Number 4, Carla Gugino. There you go, 4 actors. One of them, Frank, is taken away. Who is the dead celebrity?
I think it was Nick Clooney.
Nick Clooney?
Oh,
No.
He's fine.
Well,
He's just
I
fine.
don't know how fine he is. He's 90.
Oh, he's
but-
got that Clooney blood coursing through
Oh,
him.
yeah,
He's
he'll be fine for a while.
And
probably.
he's still
Right,
with us.
right.
Yeah. But, you know, Laura, if you've heard this game before, unlike Frank, we here on Radio from Hell believe in second chances. So I'm going to give you another chance. Listen carefully. Is the dead celebrity Ben Gazzara, Matt Frewer, Carla Gugino?
Ben, isn't it?
Ben Gazzara, yes. He died in 2012 at the age of 81. Ben Gazzara, a fine actor. All right, congratulations, Laura, on the second shot. You get it, and you've won the prize.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you what you need to do next.
All right, well, Bill, don't be angry at me, but
What?
I've got to go check on Charo.
Oh, coochie.
Oh, she's fine.
Last
She's
time
just
I saw
fine.
her on Twitter, she was fine. She was drinking a health shake and shaking her booty.
She's
just
going to live
fine.
forever.
74 today. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Infinity member says it's going to be hours and hours getting 54 South open. After the fire's out, Salt Lake County will need to salt and remove ice, which I never thought about. If you're fighting a fire in the winter,
The water.
and the water, I
Yep.
never thought
Yep,
about
yep.
that. Yeah, that's a structure fire out there, so avoid, use an alternate route. That's eastbound and westbound 45th South, all closed up there. We've got eastbound 5th South closed at 450 West in Bountiful. Only one right lane is open westbound heading to 5th West. Crash Bangor Highway at the entrance to the Salt Lake Airport. Left lanes are blocked. Both northbound and southbound stay to your right. And if you quickly email us, radiofromhell@x96.com with a must go, we're going to do that next. If we get it in quick, you might hear it in the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Yep. KXRK Provo, your list of things that must go after these. Stand by. Oh, the auto show, Utah Auto Expo, is happening this weekend. Let's see, today is the 15th. It starts the 17th and goes through the 20th. So that's Monday as well, because you're probably off work on that Monday because Martin Luther King Day. So plenty of opportunities to go to the Auto Expo this year. The International Auto Expo returning to Mountain America Exposition Center, showcasing all the latest cars, trucks, SUVs, crossover, EVs, exotics, all in a no-pressure, non-selling environment. This is your chance to sit down and sit behind the wheel of these vehicles, take a look at them, see if they're right for you. A chance to check out the EVs, which I recommend. There's also traditional gas vehicles and hybrids and all those other things, but check out the EVs while you're there. Also, Subaru has the Love Pets adoption area happening as well. There's off-road vehicles, ATVs, towable trailers, boats. I mean, you name it. The Utah Auto Expo happening this weekend. Go out and see them, the Mountain America Exposition Center. Plenty of free parking on the side of the building there. Just go to autoshowutah.com. That's the website for more information. Or you can follow Utah Auto Expo on Facebook or Utah Auto Expo on Instagram. All the information about ticket prices are there. So go to autoshowutah.com.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is
collapse, C-L-A-P-S, claps. With special thanks to Brett Favre for suggesting some time ago that we revisit this word. And to do that, here is the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his boy Denver. Again, the word is claps.
Denver, you know as much as I know that Mona is a very small Utah town. And as such, I, Don Criddle, as the mayor of Mona, also have to do other city jobs.
You like being the city garbage man, don't you, Daddy?
Well, as a matter of fact, son, I don't mind that at all. I find all kinds of good stuff to bring home to us. But it's some of the other jobs that give me a pain in the you-know-where.
You mean being in charge of the waterworks and being the Mona City building inspector gives you a pain in the ass?
Denver!
Oh.
In our family, we do not say a blank blank unless we're reading the Bible.
Oh.
And even then, we say it real low. You know, like in the Old Testament when it says, and Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and then went with the princes of Moab. You just say it's a pain in the you-know-where. Most folks will catch your meaning.
Okay, Daddy. Well, why don't you like being the Mona City building inspector? Ain't it fun telling people that their project is all wrong and they got to tear it down and start over?
Well, sometimes yes and sometimes no. Like right now, it's a no. Son, what are you building here in our backyard?
Well, I'm building an acting stage, Daddy. A stage for doing shows and play acting on. I went to a show down to the Nephi City Rec Center, and it was so exciting. Some men dressed up like pretty ladies, singing songs, and then everybody claps. I want to be an actor, Daddy. I want to sing some songs, so everybody claps. That's why I'm building this acting stage, so I can invite the town for my show. I can hear it now. When I sing my songs, the whole town claps for me, Denver Criddle, actor.
Firstly, son of mine, there ain't never gonna be that kind of show here in Mona City. And secondly, there ain't never been actors in the Criddle family line, and there ain't never gonna be either, if you catch my meaning. And thirdly, that stage you are building is rickety and dangerous. So in my role as Mona City building inspector, this is a stop work order. Tear that stage down.
But, Daddy...
That is an order. Besides, the way you've been building it, if a person was to set foot on that stage, why, the whole thing would just collapse. It would collapse, I tell you, and then me and your mother'd be the ones liable. So down it comes, Olivier. Oh, and make sure you straighten all them pulled nails so we can reuse them, too.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Francine just texted in from Sandy saying, I have a thing that must go in Sandy. Francine, you got to email those radiofromhell@x96.com.
And it's probably too late because Things That Must Go brought to you by.
Brought to you by Be Unstoppable and Adventurous with Bountiful Mazda. Lease your Mazda CX-30 for just $179 a month or the CX-50 for $239 a month. Find out more at bmazda.com.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Things that are bugging you, things that are so irritating to you. You think these things, this must go. This must go from my life. And so you think, I know, I'll send it to Radio from Hell. Maybe they'll be able to get it to disappear. Send your must go to radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go in the subject line. And if we read yours on the air, it might make you feel better. And sometimes we understand these things disappear from your life. So why don't you go first, Carrie?
Oh, okay. Let's see. We'll begin with, this is from Anonymous. My thing that must go is busy work at work. When you have nothing to do for 10 hours, in my case.
Go home.
Go home. Yeah. Let's see. This one from does not say I can use their name. People who come to a party and spend the whole time talking on their phone or texting. Just stay home. You and your lack of manners won't be missed. Missed you guys over the holiday. Glad you're back. I just can't imagine going to a party and doing that. Exactly. Let's see. This one from does not say. My things that must go would be people who leave their grocery carts in the middle of the aisle and then get upset with you when you move their carts. Pay attention. There's more people coming through this aisle. See, and I hate the reunions that happen.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the aisle.
I have those, actually.
Scooch over to the side.
I try to move over.
Janice, I haven't seen you in so long. And you're just right in the middle of the aisle. That's this one from Hunter. Here's a quick list of things that must go. The option to sort items from highest price items to lowest priced items while shopping online. Who is this for?
Okay. I want this, but I want the cheap one.
All right. Drivers who drive over the line at the crosswalk. This forces me to walk in traffic, putting my safety at risk. This one I totally agree with. Overdressed burgers.
There's too much stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say we can fix this. And the problem is that we're making our burgers taller. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. Burgers need to be wider.
Oh, wider.
You can put more stuff on them when they're wider and not taller. If you then you can't get it in your mouth anyway. So anyway. And finally, my collection of napkins and cutlery from various fast food restaurants. I have a full drawer. Make them optional. Yeah. Thank you, Hunter.
I'll go next. Let's see. I've got one of my own. I'd like this phrase to go away. So already I've said a line in the sand. I don't ever want to hear that. Draw a line in the sand. I don't want to hear at the end of the day ever again. And now I don't want to ever hear the phrase boots on the ground. Okay? I'm just tired of those. Stop using them all the time. Let's see. This one says daylight savings time must go. It's actually daylight saving time, sir. Yeah. Arizona and Hawaii does it right and ignores daylight savings time. Utah should do the same. Mike C. P.S. I love the show. This says you may use my name. This is Cardboard Chris with something that is going to go. I drive a forklift at an uninsulated box plant in Spanish Fork. What must go is the fluctuating temperatures between rooms. I go near the giant machines we have here. I get toasty. I go out to the warehouse, and I literally have ice forming on control panels. The seasons don't help anything either. In summer, I'm sweltering near the machines and have to ride into the warehouse to cool down. I just want to work and be comfortable. Is that too much to ask? Thanks for letting me listen. Chris, this one says, you may use my name. Good morning, things that must go. Job applications and the redundant, useless processes to prove nothing. I'm thankful I have a job I have now, but I only got this job because my wife randomly applied me for it. I applied to over 600 positions last year and only interviewed for 3 of them. I received one offer on the same day, interviewed which usually means a red flag when you get a job offer right after the interview. After finding out from a friend how terrible the work conditions are and the salary is all grant-based and may disappear, I politely declined the offer. I don't envy the poor college students now that never qualify for the jobs that they were promised when they started school. Most colleges are getting backlash from businesses saying their college students aren't qualified for real-world situations and jobs. Where else are students supposed to learn? I mean, thanks for letting me listen. Thanks for everything you do. And thanks to that new intern that Bill can't remember. I do, too, remember Durwood. His name is Durwood. Finally, one more quick one. Y'all been talking on and off about people getting stuck farts. Well, it's been that way for me lately.
Oh.
I don't like it. And it gets quite uncomfortable. Please make it go. But maybe not when I'm with my girlfriend. She would not appreciate it.
Yeah.
Johnny B.
Go for your fart walk, Johnny B.
Gina?
People who have those 15-foot tall skeletons in their front yard, for Halloween, great. In my neighborhood, they put a turkey and a pilgrim hat on it for Thanksgiving. Okay.
That's
Christmas,
cute.
they put a Santa hat. And okay, now it's time to take it down. Don't leave it up.
I was going to put wings and a heart on it for Valentine's.
Day. Let's see. Lana sent this in. She said, my mom suddenly dying right before Christmas must go.
Oh, jeez.
Spending Christmas Eve writing her obituary must go. My dad died on Christmas Eve. I know that's crummy. And she said, but here's the reason I'm reading this mostly. Not knowing what she would want when she dies must go. Seriously, tell your family what you want. Do you want to be buried, cremated, important stuff, life insurance information, bank information.
Get it in your will,
Let everybody know what's going on. And I know we're running out of time, so I'll just skip to this one. Things that must go. Bill never going to ex-wife's place. How is it that Gina's been there but not him? It's a rite of passage bar.
Well, I guess I've been told.
There you go.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
All right.
Just a reminder that there's that structure fire eastbound 5th South closed at 450 West. Oh, that's not the structure fire. The structure fire is 54 South closed in Kearns, both eastbound and westbound near 45th West. The other one I was just reading, eastbound 5th South closed at 450 West in Bountiful. Only one right lane open westbound heading to 5th West. And a crash Bangor Highway at the entrance to the airport. Left lanes are blocked. Both northbound and southbound stay to your right.
We've got boners coming up, and then we'll have the damn contest, right?
Yep.
The boners are, number one, the outcome is rarely good when a blind guy has a gun. Boner candidate number two, she saw something, she said something, she got suspended. And boner candidate number three, would you shoot him in the legs? Would you?
Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by. The damn contest.
Win $1,000 and another flippin' cash contest on X96. Listen for keywords that we'll announce at approximately 7:15 a.m., 10:15 a.m., 1:15 p.m., and 5:15 p.m. Each keyword is a unique entry for you. Listen all day to increase your chances of winning. Yep, it's just pure bribery to get you to listen longer. All the rules are at x96.com. I'm going to give you a keyword. It's a different text number than we use for other things. That text number is 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000. And the keyword is payday. All one word, run together. Payday, P-A-Y-D-A-Y, 508-777-1000 now to enter to win.
All right, thank you very much. Goldback.
You know, everybody's looking for a way to diversify, to have a hedge against inflation, to protect your wealth in retirement. Well, one way you can do that is investing in goldbacks. Goldbacks is a local currency made of 24-karat gold. It's a physical, spendable form of wealth protection. You should take a look at what they are, these goldbacks. Go to alpinegold.com and you can see them. Goldbacks maintain their value because they are, in fact, made from real gold, offering natural resistance to inflation. So as the price of gold increases, so does the value of your goldbacks. Simple as that. And you can lease them through a precious metals account and earn up to 3.5% annually on top of what the gold increase is. So you can shop local and spend gold. There are 800 merchants around the U.S. And Utah, rather, that you can spend your gold backs at. So go to alpinegold.com for more. Use the promo code RADIO for free shipping on orders over $200.
Need some geek news? To her dorm.
Wow.
You know, there's a story about that in the news
I
today.
have that here. That's what I wanted to talk
Okay.
about. So she's moving into her dorm on Monday.
How does she get so lucky?
Well, she applied for a living learning community, which is a separate above and beyond thing where you have to be accepted into this special place in the dorm.
Oh, she's one of those.
Yes. And she's super excited about moving into the. By the way, Monday, I don't know what I'm going to do. Bill's gone. Jonesy's moving into the dorm, and it's Mohammed's first day of school. So Monday's going to be a mess.
Yep.
What does that have to do with the show?
You know what it has to do with the show. Anyway, I have not missed a first day of school ever for any of my children in 27 years. And I'm not going to start now. We'll figure it out.
Hire a surrogate.
I don't know what.
We'll figure it out.
I don't. All right.
So
Unless you're telling me today.
I know.
So Jonesy, this is how she works. She asked for some painter's tape so she can map out on the floor the exact dimensions of the dorm room and the exact dimensions of the dresser drawers, so she can simulate what will go where in her dorm and plan it out. Here's what I can fit in this. She drew her entire dorm on her bedroom floor and is mapping out what the dorm room is going to and where's everything.
I think you should have her looked at. You really need to have her looked at.
So we're going through, and she's not the only person preparing to move into the dorms next week.
If you throw a box of toothpicks on the floor, can she tell you how many there were?
Yes. But there's a problem, and Bill's referencing this because this was an article in the Tribune a couple of days ago.
Yes.
So the U is trying to get away from being a commuter campus.
Yeah.
They want people to live on campus.
Okay.
And they have said, if you are a freshman, you're guaranteed a room.
Oh, okay.
The problem is they have 700 more applicants for rooms than there are rooms.
That could be a problem.
And Jonesy, over the last couple of weeks, has gotten emails. Hey, if you're willing to give up your room, we'll give you $500.
Who will?
The school. The school is asking.
And we know that you have a home 10 minutes away from school. Maybe you could live there.
And the price keeps going up. The last one she got offered her $1,500. Now it's $1,500. It's $1,500 in school money.
Oh,
like
well,
you
that's
could put
not...
it. But you could put it toward tuition.
Oh, come
or
on.
Something.
Yeah.
But
how about credits at the cantina? You know, at the cafeteria.
I mean, I think you can use it on campus somewhere.
Do they sell beer there?
No. But it's a problem. And I feel really badly for these kids that are supposed to be moving in next week and don't know if they're going to have a room or not.
But you don't feel badly enough to insist that your daughter take the money and give up the room to somebody who's from Bozeman, Montana, and ain't got no place to go.
Nope, I don't.
Well, might I make a suggestion? Have her take the $1,500. And then on Monday, she can take Muhammad to school.
Oh.
There you go. Perfect.
I'm just trying to help.
No.
Yeah.
1,500? And it's just a one-time 1,500, not a month.
No, it's just...
The whole point is I need a place to live now, so maybe you should help me.
I think what they're hoping is exactly what Bill was suggesting is if you have the ability to just stay at home, if you could do that and want $1,500, why don't you do that? But
this is a problem that absolutely none of us can identify with.
It's
So has she decided?
oh no, she's going. She's
going.
part of her being in this community is she's going to come out of that with some special certificate, and she's in special classes. It's part of her. She has to be there.
The University of Utah guaranteed Anna Smith that her son would have a dorm room when they filled out an application in May. The family lives hundreds of miles away in Montana, which limits their options. She doesn't know if she should book a hotel room for her son, bring a tent for him, cross her fingers.
Maybe they should let him camp out for a while until they get this figured out.
I wonder if they're going have to find apartments, like not on campus, but subsidize them in an apartment close to campus until a room opens up. Because you can't promise rooms and then school's a week away, and
Why I don't understand why they would have done that.
well, I think part of it is, and I don't see this in the story anywhere, but I think they were planning on having more housing completed by this fall that's not completed. I don't know.
Well, keep us up to date.
I will.
Yeah.
Adamant was arrested and charged with throwing a car alternator through the window of the Prince Wales pub in Camden, London, and then threatening patrons with a starting pistol.
They deserved it.
Sure they did.
They knew why. They know.
On this day.
It's not always a birthday. Sometimes there's another reason.
I know he says he doesn't, but I think he drinks.
Yeah, just a little.
All right. 7:27, time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote. Of these three candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, January 15, 2025? We'll give you two candidates now, a third after the news. And once you've heard all three, you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell boner T-shirt.
Boner candidate number one. You know, the outcome is rarely good when a blind guy has a gun. Spokane, Washington police have arrested Dan Phelps for trying to shoot his roommate, Daniel Perkins. Mr. Phelps, the shooter, is legally blind.
Oh.
And instead of hitting Daniel Perkins, he hit his friend, Joey Anselmo. The bullet hit Anselmo in the knee just above his prosthetic leg.
Oh, no.
Phelps.
They're all having trouble.
Phelps and his son apparently had been trying to for quite some time to evict Mr. Perkins. Mr. Phelps, upset by Mr. Perkins' return to the apartment, told police he was afraid because of his limited vision, so he grabbed a gun and fired it. He told Phelps, "You shot me." And Phelps started apologizing and said it was an accident, Anselmo told the police. He meant to hit the other guy, Perkins, but he hit his buddy, Anselmo, in the knee just above his artificial leg. Phelps told police he is legally blind and can only see forms of light and some shadowy movement. Mr. Phelps told police he feared for his safety because of his limited vision. He fired the shot into the door, accidentally hitting Anselmo with a bullet. As he was helping Anselmo up the stairs, he fired another round into the floor. Shortly after, he accidentally discharged a third round by mistaking the hammer of the gun for the trigger.
Oh, man.
Boner candidate number one. You know, the outcome is rarely good when a blind guy has a gun. Here's boner candidate number two. She saw something. She said something. She got suspended. A Utah County teacher has fled the country after being charged with the rape of two teen students. Quote, "We always tell our students, see something, say something, and it sounds so cliched," said Nicole Jones. "She said something and she got disciplined for it." Jones' daughter goes to Rockwell Charter High School in Eagle Mountain. Her mom said that she reported one of her teachers for misconduct back in October. They decided that they wanted to suspend her, to have online schooling only because they felt it was just rumors and rumors should not be spread, explained Ms. Jones. She said her daughter had to be in online school for 3 months. They got law enforcement involved on December 15th. The Utah County Sheriff's Office launched an investigation into the teacher, 39-year-old Ricardo Prins. Ms. Jones said Prins is facing 31 charges relating to sexual abuse of two students, one as young as 15 years old. It's an extremely unfortunate situation, said Sergeant Ray Ormond with the Utah County Sheriff's Office. The deal is, too, Mr. Prins, the teacher, has fled the country.
Oh.
They believe he's in Brazil. And this young girl got suspended because
That's horrible.
she was pretty sure something was going on and tried to tell people, and rather than really investigating it, they suspended her. Boner candidate number two, she saw something, she said something, she got suspended. Coming up in a moment, the boner candidate number three, would you shoot him in the legs? Huh? Would you? Would you shoot him in the legs?
Boner candidate number three coming up after this. Big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
This season, celebrate the vibrant, creative community of downtown Salt Lake. At Gallivan Center, experience the magic of glow, featuring dozens of magical illuminated sculptures, or ice skate with a date, or the whole family at the Gallivan Rink. Plan your visit at theblocksslc.com.
Beyonce has donated $2.5 million to a newly launched LA Fire Relief Fund created by her charitable foundation, Bay Good. The announcement arrived via the Bay Good Foundation Instagram account on Sunday. The fund is earmarked to aid families in the Altadena-Pasadena area who lost their homes and to churches and community centers to address the immediate needs of those affected by the wildfires. Founded in 2013, the Bay Good Foundation concentrates on economic equity by supporting marginalized and under-resourced programs, according to its mission statement. Last week, Beyonce's mother, Tina Knowles, shared that her Malibu bungalow was destroyed in the fire. "It was my favorite place, my sanctuary, my sacred happy place, and now it's gone," she wrote. on Instagram. God bless all the brave men and women in our fire department who have risked their lives in dangerous conditions. Netflix and Comcast, NBC Universal also on Monday pledged $10 million each to organizations offering aid to victims of the L.A. area wildfires. 2 Utah juveniles are in custody, accused of stealing cars that they weren't old enough to drive and then ramming the cars into stores to rob the stores. Because the suspects are juveniles, their identities are not being released. A little over a week ago, a detective said that suspects drove into just crashed into the T-Mobile store in Mill Creek in the middle of the night, jumped out, and had attempted to grab merchandise. They were unsuccessful and ran away. A few days later, the same suspects allegedly committed a successful smash and grab at a cell phone store in Kearns. Apparently, so they go and they steal cars and then crash them into the stores and steal high-priced items. Yo, like that. I don't know if he has the power to do this. House Speaker Mike Johnson has ordered that flags at the U.S. Capitol be raised to their full height on January 20th for the inauguration of Trump, rejecting a proclamation from President Biden last month that flags across the nation be flown at half-staff for 30 days in honor of late former President Jimmy Carter. Yes, Gina?
Don't even say President Biden ordered them, because then you can say, well, it's political. No, it is the statute that says when a president dies, it is a month. It's not, if you say President Biden ordered it, it sounds like, oh, he purposefully set a month to insult Trump. No, the statute is, it's a month.
No, he has to enact the statute, though. I mean, the president.
No, I know that, but my point is, it's not some arbitrary number that the president decided on.
On January 20th, the flags of the Capitol will fly at full staff to celebrate our country coming together behind the inauguration. Well, that's presumptuous. To celebrate Donald Trump, the flags will be lowered back to half-staff the following day to continue honoring President Jimmy Carter. President Biden's, I'm sorry, Gina, it says order that the flags be flown at half-staff impacted flags at all federal government buildings and U.S. embassies abroad. The order is slated to run through January 28th. It will now be suspended at the Capitol. I'm just wondering how Johnson has the power to countermand.
Well, who's going to stop him?
Well, I don't think he does have the power, does he?
Well, he's doing it.
Well, he can say things like they all do, but
it'll happen. Secretary of Defense nominee Pete Hegseth was absolutely grilled by Senator Tim Kaine over multiple examples of the former Fox News host's past marriage infidelities. Hegseth's confirmation hearing is the first of this Congress and the first nominee from Trump's second term. Hegseth's controversial positions in his books, his comments on Fox News, as well as his past extramarital affairs have become central lines of attacks by Democratic senators. As Mediate first reported, Hegseth fathered a child with Jennifer Rauchet, then a Fox News producer, while married to the woman who he has since divorced. Since his nomination, a police report emerged of a sexual assault allegation involving Hegseth, which Hegseth's lawyers later insisted emerged from a consensual affair. I want to return to the incident that you've referred to or referenced a minute ago that occurred in Monterey, California in 2017, Kaine said. At that time, you were still married to your second wife, correct? Hegseth agreed that he believed, yes, I believe I was.
I believe I was, he said.
Kaine followed with, and then you fathered a child by a woman who would later become your third wife, correct? Senator, I was falsely charged, and I fully investigated and completely cleared, Hegseth said.
No.
So you think you're completely cleared because you committed no crime? That's your definition of cleared, Kaine said. Yeah, he's not a good guy.
No,
he's a piece of ass and has no management experience and should not, in fact, be.
And if you were to watch the entire hearing and take a drink every time he said the word Christ, invoking it, and he is a child of God, and and all that. Oh boy, you'd be dead.
But Republican Senator Joni Ernst, who's worried about getting reelected, says she will vote for Hegseth, and that's probably going to be the thing that seals the deal. Thousands of cases of Walmart's Great Value brand chicken broth recalled in 9 states due to a packaging issue that could lead to spoilage. Let's see, is Utah one of them? No, it's not. So go ahead. Use your. Go ahead for your.
Go
chicken.
crazy.
Yeah, go. Michelle Obama is going to skip Trump's inauguration. There's no word from her as to why or what.
I don't think she needs to say why.
She's just not going to be there.
Yeah.
My guess is she said, "I'm done."
Her husband will be there, but she said, "I'm not." She said, "I will not be there."
And to all the Republicans upset about this, hey, where was Trump during Biden's?
Yeah.
So this sounds really delicious, doesn't it? Pizza Hut China has released a new pizza topped with a whole frog.
Damn, these foreign markets always getting things first.
There it is.
You don't want that.
I don't. No.
Announced on Pizza Hut's China's WeChat, the otherworldly menu launched a collaboration with Tencent for the game Dungeons and Fighter Origins, was released on Thursday. Dubbed the Goblin Pizza, the pizza contains a deep-fried whole bullfrog resting on coriander with halved hard-boiled eggs and black olives serving as its eyes. So those are its eyes up there, the big things there. Frog legs are considered a common dish in southern China, dating back as far as the 1st century. Several Weibo users have found the latest offering hilarious, one commenting, "Have you been possessed by Taiwan Pizza Hut?" The reference to Pizza Hut Taiwan's unique twists on the Italian dish, such as chicken feet or pig's blood and intestine toppings. You can only get that in Taiwan, though. No good? No. And Cheetos is releasing a new flavor just in time for the Super Bowl. Cheetos Puffs cheese pizza flavor. And people, they say it tastes just like a slice of pizza when you bite into a Cheeto.
All right. Weather, traffic.
Well, it's 27 right now, going to be a high of 38 today and sunny. Overnight low 22. This is kind of the pattern for the next few days. Next chance of snow looks like Friday night into Saturday. Only 20% chance, though. But it gets much colder over the weekend. We could be down in single digits by Monday, it looks like. So that is your weather. Traffic crash eastbound I-84 approaching Mountain Green exit in Weber Canyon. Right lane and shoulder blocked. Traffic is backing up toward the power plant. There's 2 crashes on the eastbound 202 freeway, one at the exit ramp for Banter Highway and the other blocking the left shoulder approaching Banter. And just a reminder, there was a structure fire. 54 South is closed in Kearns, both eastbound and westbound near 45th West due to a large structure fire. Use an alternate route through there. Be unstoppable and adventurous with Bountiful Mazda. Lease your Mazda CX-30 for just $179 a month or the CX-50 for $239 a month. Find out more at bmazda.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Would you shoot him in the legs? Would you? Huh? Would you? Pete Hegseth, Trump's pick for defense secretary, dodges questions on everything, from drinking on the job and cheating on his wives to invading Greenland. One of his bumbling sidesteps really sticks out. He cannot answer whether or not he would shoot protesters if Donald Trump asked him to. The question during his confirmation hearing came from Senator Mazie Hirono, Democrat of Hawaii, who reminded Hegseth of the time that Trump, as president, ordered former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper to shoot protesters in the legs in the aftermath of the George Floyd murder in 2020. The Secretary of Defense Esper did not comply with that order. Would you carry out such an order from President Trump? She asked. Rather than answer the simple question, which would be a no-brainer from any patriotic American, Hegseth began to ramble like a retiree at a knitting club, reminiscing about where he was during the Floyd protests. Forced to interrupt his long-winded yarn with time running short, Hirono asked again, would you carry out an order to shoot protesters in the legs? And Hegseth seemed to answer the question not by answering. Instead, he continued to ramble. Well, that sounds to me that you would comply with such an order, Hirono said. You will shoot protesters in the legs, won't you? To which Hegseth agreed with a heavy, silent blink.
Yep. Get ready for it.
Boner candidate number 3. Would you shoot protesters in the legs? Would you?
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
A boner candidate number 1. The outcome is rarely good when a blind guy has a gun. He has a gun. He's going to shoot this guy who he's afraid of. He thinks he's an intruder. He doesn't like him, and he ends up shooting his best friend in the leg. That if you can't see, don't shoot a gun at somebody. Boner candidate number 2, she saw something, she said something, and she got suspended. It's this girl in Eagle Mountain at a school there, Rockwell Charter High School, who reported suspicious activity about this teacher she said was acting inappropriately. She got suspended, and now it turns out that the teacher was acting inappropriately, and that teacher has fled the country after being charged with rape. And then boner candidate number 3, would you shoot him in the legs? Huh? Would you? Huh?
All right. Let's review the first 2. We did that. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. I was just noticing that the doc is here. I'll tell you about that in a moment. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, then text that to 33986. That's one way to vote. Others to call Katie in the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, January 15, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Now, as soon as we award Boner of the Day after these messages, get your questions ready for Dr. Josh Davis, our veterinarian. Puppies, kitties, you got them. If you have questions about their health, he'll be here after these messages. Dr. Josh Davis, 877-602-9696. You've got 300 seconds to vote. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Best question of the week selected?
Well, I have a couple here, so let's see.
Okay.
You can send us a question, radio from hell at x96.com. Just put best question of the week in the subject line. It can be about anything. You've always wanted to ask us something. Send it to us. Sometimes we have prizes, not today, but sometimes we have prizes. Let's see. This question comes to us from Blaine of Ogden. Blaine says, did your spouses share your taste in music, TV, and hobbies when you met them? And if not, have you corrupted them to your side, or did they corrupt you? Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah, my wife and I have the same taste in popular music. My wife is very into classical music and opera as well, though, and I'm not so much. I like classical music, okay. Opera's a little too much for me. And then when it comes, but the other stuff, TV, my wife did not watch a lot of TV. Didn't care for TV that much. Now we watch a lot of TV. And we...
what about hobbies?
I don't think we have any. My butterfly collection, of course. No, I don't really have any hobbies. Drinking, maybe. Drinking.
My husband, when we were dating, had a TV, but it was not hooked up to anything.
It just was there.
I mean, I take that back. He had a DVD player, and so he would rent movies, but he did not watch any TV at all.
Did he get rid of his porn collection before?
He did not have a porn collection.
Okay.
So I've brought him along to a little bit of TV. We have one show at a time. We have 1 hour of TV. Basically, we watch, and that's it.
But he hasn't brought you along in eating at all.
Well, food wasn't part of this.
He
has brought me along. I eat broccoli now. I eat fish. I eat all kinds of things that I didn't eat before.
Okay.
So he got
and
me.
And those are 2 of them.
That is something that happened with my wife and I, is that we were both kind of picky eaters when we met.
Picky
She was
in
too.
what way?
It just, we had a restricted...
Not very adventurous.
Not adventurous, and that changed.
That surprises me about her. I thought she brought you along.
Well, we both kind of pulled each other along that way.
I remember when I first was working with Carrie it was fried food only, almost.
As far as shows go, she used to indulge me a little bit more.
She doesn't tolerate things
Not
now?
so much anymore now. I remember when the Star Wars films were re-released in theaters, she said, I've never seen the first one all the way through. And
Well,
I
you
said,
can't-
what do you mean all the
can't.
way through? And she said, well, I keep falling asleep.
The first Star Wars movie she
Yeah.
fell asleep in?
Did not interest her.
Let's see. Oh, Sue's disputing this. I've never
Oh.
been a picky eater. I would eat food and then ask, what was that?
Oh, that's something I would never do. I need to have all the information before it goes in my
She
mouth.
just had a limit. There was not a lot of options presented to her growing up.
Could be. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Is that what I'm?
But she used to indulge me on shows. She would go to see, like the Star Trek movies with me and all that, and she'd even watch the Marvel movies with me, but not so much anymore.
Well, once she locked that down, Carrie, once you guys
no,
got married.
This has just been in the past 5 years.
Oh, okay.
5 or 6 years. She's went, no,
I don't have to do that anymore.
I'm not interested. No, don't have to. And musically, she's always been into classic rock, as far as I remember. She's always had the taste of a 70-year-old white male.
No, so my husband likes jazz, which I have never listened to ever, and I can now identify jazz songs that I never would have known before, just based on his exposing me to that stuff.
Now, see, now you're setting up a challenge.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to play some jazz standards here.
Name that tune.
Oh.
Jazz standards. Let's see what we can.
Let's see.
It's hard to do.
I'm trying not to go too deep.
No, don't. I
But
mean,
at the same time,
I can maybe do the hits, Carrie. Maybe.
The hits that they play on the jazz station all the time.
There are hits. There are jazz.
All right, let's see.
There used to be a jazz station. Take the A train. That's just my answer to everything.
I'm not going
Sounds like Miles Davis.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't know the name of the song.
It's Freddie Freeloader. I figured.
Yeah, I knew it was Miles Davis.
Jazz. All your jazz hits.
All your favorite jazz.
I'm Steve. What's Steve's last name? He still does a jazz show.
I don't know.
He moved back to Chicago, but he records a show and
Oh, that was on KUER?
yeah, Steve.
Boner of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by Penne alla Vodka.
And the State Room presents a special all-star Weezer tribute performing Pinkerton and the Blue Album in their entirety this Friday, January 17th at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Wow, 2 candidates got over 100 votes.
Yeah.
Number one, the outcome, a blind guy with a gun, the outcome's rarely good. That only got 16 votes. So it was a battle between number 2. She saw something, she said something, she got suspended, and would you shoot him in the legs, huh? Would you, Would you? And winning handily, Pete Hegseth got 103 votes, but the number 2, the girl that got suspended,
Yeah, that's the
166 votes, and wins boner of the day.
There you go. All right. That is your boner of the day for today, January 15, 2025. Now qualified to be boner of the week. All right. Is this sponsored, Gina?
It's brought to you by Puppies and Kitties.
Dr. Josh Davis is here. He is a veterinarian extraordinaire. He's an extraordinary veterinarian.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. He's here to answer questions about the health of your puppies and your kitties. What's going on with them. When you call us at 877-602-9696, we like to know the name of your animal, what kind of an animal it is, and then what the problem is. So 877-602-9696 to ask questions about your kitties and puppies. And we do have a phone call already.
We've got one already, starting with, looks like Nick is here.
Hi, Nick. Where are you calling from?
Good morning, guys. I'm calling from Missoula, Montana.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
What's the question?
Hi, Dr. Davis. Thanks for taking my call. I have a 4-year-old German wire-hair pointer. His name is Fritz. He's a big-time hunter, about 20 to 30 days a year. He hunts up to 10 to 15 miles per hunt.
Wow.
He's a pretty active dog.
Mm-hmm.
We were just hunting this last week, and he came back to me limping. We examined his paw, his hind paw. Didn't find anything exactly wrong, but we did take him to a local small-town vet where we were. We were out of town, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and we found a small-town vet. It wasn't broke, but he's been diagnosed with a plantar ligament tear.
Oh,
and
interesting.
I'm wondering, is this something I should have a surgical specialist look at? And where does advanced imaging like a CT or MRI fall in this kind of situation?
What is this exactly that he's talking about?
Well, it kind of depends. I mean, there's ligaments that make up all the foot, ankle joints, all that, just like with us. And so they can have injuries there too. I think that would be hard to diagnose probably without advanced imaging because there's so many places on that hind limb you can get an injury there too. So, and hunting dogs, they work very hard. It sounds like your dog works very hard. And so they also could get repeated use injuries just like athletes and things like that. But sometimes it does take the advanced imaging like a CT to really look at some of those joints and ligaments because it may not be just that, you know, and of course without seeing it I can't tell you that exactly, but a CT scan wouldn't be a bad idea, especially because if you want your dog to keep working, you want to get that diagnosis and get the treatment for it, whether that's surgical or rest, things like that.
It's still bothering Fritz, I would understand. Is that right?
Oh yeah, he will not put weight on it, and it's pretty swollen. He's got some pain meds, but he's not a happy camper.
Yeah.
All right. Well, get the
That's
imaging.
helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
See ya.
Appreciate it, guys.
Okay.
Take care.
Let's go to Chris. Hello, Chris.
Chris.
Hi.
Where are you calling from, Chris?
Sugar House.
Okay, good. Now I really want to talk about this. What's up?
Okay. So I have an 11-year-old we adopted he's a little Chihuahua mix that we adopted about 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And about a month ago,
What'd you name him?
He had an instance.
What'd you name him?
His name's Kiko.
Kiko.
His name's Kiko.
All right.
We adopted him. Anyway, about a month ago, he had a stool that was kind of like a mucusy red. It almost like it was obviously blood, but very mucusy, not very fecal. Didn't happen again until like yesterday. It happened again. So I'm wondering, from what I've read, it's like a lower intestinal thing, but I'm wondering if it could be food allergies or with it being that far apart, I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there could be a combination of things. I mean, anytime you adopt a new pet, just the stress of a new environment, and it takes them time to settle in sometimes, especially the small breeds can be more nervous or having more anxiety about stuff like that.
So anxiety can cause bloody
he's a very
stools?
anxious boy.
Yeah, stress in general
Can cause bloody stools.
it's very common. When dogs get boarded or do stressful things, they can have bloody stools. That's not the only reason, though. So if it's recurring problem, you want to make sure they're on parasite control. We want to make sure that we are looking at diet. Is there a problem with that, too? So hopefully it's something straightforward. And if they're, still have good energy, still eating good, still active, then you're probably, it's probably not an emergency. But blood in the stool is never a good thing, especially if it's a chronic problem, because they can become anemic and have other problems from that. So I would definitely get it looked at further.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, do you know about the price of allergen tests for like food allergies for dogs?
No, I mean, it would vary, but often there's not a specific test. It's more of doing diet trials to try and eliminate things from the diet and then judging their response over time to that. So they're just like people. It's hard to do allergy testing to get specific answers. It's more of elimination often.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
All right,
See you later, Chris.
All right. Well, there you go. 877-602-9696. It looks a lot of people lining up to get your advice, Doc.
We'll put those bloody stool questions right up to the top. Too.
Those are Bill's favorites.
This time of year, after the holidays, we get a lot of that.
Dr. Josh Davis is here to answer questions about your puppies and kitties. Traffic jam.
Crash southbound I-15 Parish Lane in Davis County, the right shoulder affected. Crash northbound I-15 just north of Center Street in Utah County. Stalled vehicle southbound I-15 Pleasant Grove Boulevard. The center lane is closed there. And just a reminder that earlier structure fire has 54 South closed in Kearns, both eastbound and westbound near 45th West. Use an alternate route through that area. That's traffic.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages. More with Dr. Josh Davis, our veterinarian, answering your questions. Also, Beat Gina on the way. Stand by for that.
Listen up, Radio from Hell podcast listeners. We love because we had guests here to feed.
All right.
Sorry, my mouth is full.
The donut critic is here. Benjamin, how are you?
I'm good. I'm missing you in the office here, though.
Well, thank you. I wish I were there. So what did you bring for the people who get to sample it?
Yeah, I know. Everybody's eating over here.
Ooh.
Yeah, talk to Bill. We all have our mouth full. So you could talk
What
to
do you
Bill.
got there, Ben?
So usually I'm going for the latest and the greatest, the new bakeries, but I brought you in a classic today.
Okay.
So I brought you in the German bakery for Salt Lake City, which is Vosen's Bakery.
I was going to say it's Vosen's.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I have really liked about Vosen's is that they do have those classic tastes, but they are starting to innovate over the last 3 or 4 years. So we have had them out to our Sugar High Festival and to the Utah Dough Show because of their donuts. A lot of people don't know they have donuts.
I did not know that. They're known for their breads.
Yeah, I get their baguettes and
Baguettes,
stuff.
Yeah, so baguettes, pretzels, they have rolls, they have croissants, and their donuts, I think, are one of the top in the state. So I've gone through all the judging in the Dough Show and in Sugar High, and they are consistently in the top 5, but they're just not that well known for their donuts, which is so surprising to me because every time I have one of their croissant donuts, which they call Kroliners, it is just one of those magical experiences. I just think that they do it so well.
And they have them every day. It's not a special thing they do.
Yeah, they do sell out faster than a lot of other items, but yes, every day they make them. And then they also have a jelly-filled donut, which they call Berliner. And this is sneaky good. They are so light. And the thing that I love about bakeries, especially from, Europe or other countries, a lot of times they cut a little bit on the sugar, and I feel like that's more enjoyable. It's a more well-balanced experience than something that is just like a sugar punch in your face.
Sugar Punch would be a good name for a bakery, though. I like that.
Sugar Punch.
They used to be located in a house, an old house on, what was that, 3rd South? Or are they still there?
No, so they're not there anymore. And that's part of the story, too, is so 27 years ago, came over from Germany and different, they were working within the tourism industry on the cruise ships and whatnot. They decided to start something here. And like you said, Bill, they renovated a house. And then they had to get into a bigger facility. So they actually have a wholesale facility. And then the retail is out on 2nd South and about 350 East or 350 West.
Okay. And so they do, you can buy their bread at various grocery stores too, right?
Yep. Yeah. So their facility pumps out a lot of stuff. And like I said, either at restaurants or at grocery stores, you're seeing their breads and other basic stuff, but you're not going to get these donuts and other specialty items unless you go to the retail.
Now, I just had the apricot-filled Berliner. Was that what
Yes,
you said?
Berliner.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You don't encounter apricot-filled in this sort of a situation very often. It's usually raspberry or something like that. The apricot is delicious.
Yes. I think that's the sneaky one that I always tell people. It's like, if you want something that's really unique and fun for Utah, go for that apricot one because it is delightful. And again, it's not super sugary.
It's not.
And it really balances well with everything in there.
Now, did I I hear the mention of pretzels in there somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah, so everyone's eating their pretzels right now. So they have cheese pretzels and regular bigger pretzels, and then they have the cheese dip as well. So
I was going to say, what is this dip here? And it's a cheese dip.
it's a cheese dip. Yep.
You don't have to have the cheese dip, though. You could just have the pretzel without the cheese.
But I've
dip.
got the
That's
cheese
one
pretzel.
thing that you'll never experience,
No.
Gina. One of the great things in life you'll never experience is cheese dip made by sharks.
But yeah, it's one of those fun retail spots where you can go in and see all the different candies and jams and other things from the German region, and I feel like it's one of the experiences I like to have with my kids. You go in and let them pick something, and you go home and try it just because it's from somewhere else, and it gives them that, added benefit or experience of tasting something delicious, but also having it being new.
So they're not.
Go ahead.
I was going to say they're not shipping the donuts to stores or restaurants, are they?
The only one I think they do is at Feldman's Deli.
Oh, okay.
So
We love Feldman's.
yeah,
It's Vosens. That's is that double S? V-O-S-S?
SEN.
No,
Just a single S. VOSEN apostrophe S, and then that's Bread Paradise, which I do think that name. Sometimes I laugh at the name, but I do feel like it is
I like it.
paradise for sure.
Yeah.
Bread Paradise.
But Bill, I'll bring you in some next time because
Extra treats?
they brought us in a ton, and I'm going to be feeding these people all day with the amount of treats that came in.
There's a lot.
It's the donut critic, Ben Lee. Now, what's the best way to get in touch with you, Ben, or find your recommendations?
So on donutcritic.com, you can also DM me, or on Instagram, it's just Donut Critic. That's the best place to reach me. And send me over recommendations and just talk over desserts. Honestly, I am open most days just to talk.
Dessert crazy, that's what you are.
Now, Vosens also does breakfast sandwiches and lunch as well.
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
Yep, out of their retail location right there on 350 West and 200 South.
You get a good sandwich on some delicious bread. All right. Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you so much.
Like Roger in Syracuse did. He doesn't want to hear any more about bloody stools.
Oh,
well, Syracuse.
I mean, who does, you know?
I mean, if it comes up.
I was hoping every call would be about bloody stool.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Is this sponsored?
It's brought to you by Puppies and Kitties. What's wrong with them? Call Dr. Davis right now, 877-602-9696.
Back to the phones with Dr. Josh Davis. Questions about your puppies and kitties?
We'll go to Preet.
Preet, where are you calling us from?
Salt Lake City.
Okay, what is that? Is that right? Is Preet correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
What's your dog's name and what's your question?
Okay, so we have a 10-week-old golden doodle. His name's Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
He's going through the biting phase or teething phase. How long should we expect that?
Yeah, the teething phase. So most dogs will start to actually lose their teeth around 4 months of age, roughly, and then by 6 months of age, they should have their full set of teeth. So you may be a little early for true teething, but that biting and playing, that's pretty normal puppy behavior. Of course, we do have to be careful. We don't want anyone getting injured by that or anything, and making sure to direct them to toys and things that are appropriate to play with. But very common and often will get better over time as they actually are teething and get through that phase.
You'll find that they really like a $250 pair of athletic shoes.
They do love that. Yep.
All right, see you later, Preet.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.
It's just puppy. You just gotta.
They love to chew.
Yeah,
it's part
yep.
of being a puppy. Yep.
Let's go to Monica. Hello, Monica.
Monica, hi. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Ogden.
Okay, what's your kitty's name?
So it's Yukine and Mustang.
All right. What question?
So my question is, my cats are like 7 years old, and I wanted to know, should I be cleaning their teeth? If that's something I can do at home, or if I need to take them into a vet, or
yeah,
whatever I need to do.
That's a great cat question for sure, because cats do tend to be underserved in the vet community because they don't get sick often, and when they do, it's usually really, really bad by the time we see them. So dental care for dogs or cats is really important to start young.
Yes.
And you can provide home care to them. Kind of think of about as we would take care of our teeth. So we brush, we floss, we do all that, but we still go to the dentist every year or twice a year, for normal cleanings. And for pets, we definitely recommend, for cats, usually after 2 years of age is a good time to start thinking about getting in for their yearly, actually under anesthesia teeth cleaning, to do a really thorough cleaning and polishing, and then a good oral assessment, because most cats won't let you do a great job if they're awake, unless they're really cooperative.
Yeah.
But and then at home, oral care is really important to keep that plaque down throughout the year. So dental brushing, they make these really great products. They're little finger wipes, so it's like a little sleeve you put on your finger, and you can wipe plaque off the surface
Works
of the teeth.
good with small dogs.
Yeah, it's really good for cats and small dogs, and because some pets don't like the brush. So the wipes are a little less thorough, but they're still very good. So, and then there are treats and chews and additives to water, things like that, but they get less and less effective the less, if you're physically removing the plaque. There's special diets for that too. So a lot of ways to do it, but at 7, I would 100% get in and get a dental cleaning done.
All right.
If they're healthy enough to do that.
I'll
Most 7-year-old cats should be healthy enough for that.
I'll make a note here. I should see my dentist at least once a year.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, thanks. See you later.
Thank you, Monica.
Can I ask one for follow-up? Sorry.
Quickly.
Is there a brand you would recommend?
The one I see a lot advertised for the finger wipes, it's called Hick Pet. I don't know anything about them. I'm not part of them, but it's HICC Pet. They have some good finger covers. I've used those on my own pets. So,
Okay.
But there's probably others.
All right.
Thanks,
All right.
Monica.
Thanks,
Okay,
Monica.
thank you so much.
Okay. Let's go to Angie. Hello, Angie.
Hi, Angie. What's where are you calling from, and what's your cat's name?
I'm calling from Salt Lake, and my cat's name is Henrietta, but we call her Henry.
Okay. What's the question?
The question is she is diabetic, and she recently had a UTI, which we treated with antibiotics. But before we took her in, she had started to pee outside the kitty box, which was why we took her in. And now that she's doing better and she's gone through the antibiotics, she's still peeing in a few places outside of the box. And so I'm just wondering, are there any ideas or things that we can do to try to get her back into the kitty litter?
Yeah, that can be a tough situation. So diabetic pets are always more prone to having urinary issues because all the sugar in their urine can bacteria like that. So it is a little easier to get UTIs, and cats also like to get inflammation in their bladder just for other reasons. So I would definitely want to confirm we still didn't have a medical issue. And if that's all clear, then the next steps would be anywhere they've urinated before, it can draw them to that. So you have to get some really good either carpet cleaning done or making sure you're actually removing the odor, the ammonia, all of that has to be removed. And then they're less likely to go back to it. But so you have to kind of make sure not a medical problem and get the environment super, super clean and odor reduced.
You know what I did? I just put cat boxes all over the house.
Yeah.
Thanks, Angie.
See ya. Hey, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to take one more quick call. Natalie, hi.
Hi, Natalie. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Salt Lake.
Okay, question?
It's about bloody stools. No, I'm kidding. So my cat has, got a sore he's got on the side of his head. We got to take him into the vet today. But previously, the doctor had given us some gabapentin to, calm him down because he freaks out so bad going to the vet.
Right.
So am I okay giving him that today with him being injured, or should I not give it to him?
If it facilitates the visit, you probably should still give it, unless he's lethargic and not wanting to eat. If he's really lethargic, you have to be careful giving them meds. But if it'll get the visit done safely, I would give it. Yeah.
What's his name?
Okay, perfect. His name's Porky.
Okay.
Porky. I like it.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
See you,
Thank
Natalie.
you very
All right,
much.
thank you.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. If folks who are still hanging on, if you'd like to stick around and play Beat Gina, we'll give you that opportunity. But
Brody wanted to talk about puppy drool.
we are out of time, Brody. Sorry about that.
Well, Dr. Davis will be back.
I will be back. Yep.
Couple of weeks. Thank you, Dr.
Thanks for
Josh
coming in.
Davis.
Thanks, you guys.
Traffic, Gina, please.
Well, that structure fire is out, but 54 South in Kearns remains closed both eastbound and westbound between 48th and 47th South from the earlier fire. The flames are out, but all the water froze on the roads, and it needs to be melted and cleared safely. So still closed there. Avoid that area if you can. The right lane of I-84 in Weaver Canyon is blocked both directions, eastbound due to a crash approaching the Mountain Green exit. Westbound has a right lane blocked with highway patrol vehicle in the same area. Let's see, 2 crashes on the 201 freeway, one at the exit ramp to Bangor, another blocking the left shoulder approaching Bangor. And let's see, down in Utah County, we have crash I-15 northbound. This is near the Center Street exit. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, you can text us 33986.
All right, so we're going to take a break, play a song, and right after that song, it's time to play Beat Gina. Easy to play, easy to win. What is the prize?
Now, I think it's sold out. Lights, Camera, Brunch.
It seems to be.
Seems to be sold out, but we do have some tickets to give away to Lights, Camera, Brunch, Sunday, January 26th at Squatters with us.
All right, so it's your chance to win brunch with us for the podcast. 877-602-9696. All you got to do is play Beat Gina. Last of Us trivia coming up. So stand by for that. Get ready to play. It'll be easy. 877-602-9696 for Beat Gina. Pups, SLC.
Oh, you got puppies on the mind because we were just talking to Dr. Davis. So other things you need for your pups besides veterinary services, things like grooming. I take my dog to Pups. We've gone there for a long time. One of the reasons I go there is they're just they love your dog as much as you do. They really do. And they'll personalize what your pup needs with grooming. Are they a little older? Maybe they have health issues. Maybe they're scared when they get groomed. They will personalize what your pup needs to be healthy, happy. They'll go a little slower if they need to. Give them lots of treats if that's something they like. And it's puppy season. If anyone's looking for training programs, check out pupsslc.com for classes and private training.
They do daycare as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I usually do. I'll take Riley for a little play date so she kind of gets her wiggles out before grooming. And they have a special. Take 10% off if you mention you heard it here on Radio from Hell. 1123 East, 27 South, or go to pupsslc.com.
Missed a
through some lists that I have, or we could look at the Gena file and see what's in there. I don't remember. I haven't looked at it for a long time. See if there's anything. You want to see if there's anything in there?
Do we need to clean it out?
Well, maybe. Here, let's open the Gena file here. Let's see. 2 in 5 Americans skip social events due to skin rashes.
Skin rashes?
Skin flare-ups.
I skip things because I don't want to talk to people. That's why I skip things.
That's been in there for a while. I I was wondering, do you have skin flare-ups?
No, I just skip things because I don't want to talk to people.
Okay, I'm going to delete that.
Yeah.
All right.
How about shark attacks are on rise worldwide? Well, no.
Well, she doesn't get in the
go
ocean.
In the water.
So.
You know how I will never die?
Shark attack.
Shark attack.
Won't happen.
Ultra-processed food linked to 32 harmful effects to your health.
You shut up.
No, this is Sue's new thing. Is this ultra-processed food?
Yeah.
And we're eliminating
I mean,
it.
you don't eat a lot of that anyway.
Breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
We don't eat a lot of it.
I don't either.
But we're trying to remove as much of it as we possibly can.
I bought some St. Patrick's Day Lucky Charms just because it's.
How were they?
They're good.
They're Lucky Charms.
It turns a milk green.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just for this. It's for this week. It's just you don't buy it all the time. It's just a little treat.
I wanted to get the chocolate Lucky Charms, but I didn't. I should have.
I would say these either one of these would be good for you, Gina.
Okay.
16 recent U.S. foodborne epidemics that will make you cringe. Or 30 things people in healthy relationships almost never do.
Almost never.
Okay, let's hear that one.
Because I put that in the Gina file because, as we all know, Gina is in a healthy and perfect relationship.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to hear that one?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. So 30 things that people in healthy relationships almost never do.
Okay.
Skip kissing.
Yeah.
Couples should be kissing every single day.
Yes.
Sure.
They almost never nag each other about small things.
Yes.
Never nag each other about small things. Never go to bed angry.
No.
Never forget to text your partner back.
I was just texting with my partner.
I
He
didn't.
says, do you want to know what he said?
I didn't get a text.
What did he say?
He says, "Good morning, Boots. All is very quiet at this house. I wish you were here with me to How About This Day." We do this thing called How About This Day, where we sit in front of the fire.
See, this is a perfect relationship.
I was going to say this is for the.
This is they and you know where she gets these from greeting cards.
We sit in front of the fire.
At the end of the day.
Well,
right?
no, we do it twice. Because How
Twice
About
a
This
day?
Day goes to, well, it depends.
Okay.
Depends. How About This Day can either be beginning of the day, we have coffee in front of the fire, and we go, so what, how about
So
this
like
day?
on the
What
weekends.
are we,
All right.
what are we doing
You have
today?
the fire in the summer?
No, but we sit in front of the fireplace. And then sometimes in the evening, you'll have a glass of wine,
Yeah.
and then you'll reflect on, how about this day?
How about that day,
We
huh?
reflect on the day.
Oh, okay.
Well, my
That
wife
just happened.
my wife has a glass of wine, and I kill half a bottle of bourbon.
There you go. How about that day?
How about that day? I don't remember it. Let's see. Never be mean or aggressive for no reason.
No.
If there's a reason, go ahead and be mean,
But
mean
for
and
no reason.
aggressive. Never talk to a therapist instead of your partner.
I don't know about that. No, you should.
I disagree with that one. I think there's some
you should,
things.
Yeah.
Because I'm not qualified to help.
No, I mean, therapists they're there for a reason. That's okay. I disagree with that.
Okay, these are 30 things people in healthy relationships, like Gina's,
Yeah.
should never do. Never be hypercritical.
No.
Never forget about your friends.
I don't have any friends, so.
Never refuse to accept each other's differences.
Never refuse.
I'm a boy and you're a girl. I can't accept that.
I don't get that one.
What it says is it's easy to let life pass by quickly and get caught up in work,
Oh, yeah.
chores, children, and the little things
Oh,
that detract from time together.
All right.
Stop holding hands. Never stop holding hands.
We hold hands while we sleep.
Never refuse. God.
I mean, not all night, but
Never. You got which greeting card did you get that from?
hey,
You
you know how crappy a life I had before he came into it, so I am entitled to it.
Never refuse to be vulnerable.
Never refuse to be.
Vulnerability leads to a long-lasting bond with your partner. When you refuse to open up emotionally and share a deeper part of yourself, you're telling your partner that you don't trust them.
Okay.
Never stop having wild, kinky sex.
Specifically kinky?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to have toys and things to tie each other up. Always put yourself first.
So this means don't do that.
What?
Or
Never always put yourself first. Yeah, I guess that's what that
That's
means.
what they mean. All right.
Never have doubts about your feelings and your partner's feelings.
Okay.
Never say I love you when you don't mean it. Never keep your emotions inside instead of talking about them. Never exaggerate your feelings about the other person. And never forget to make enough coffee for both of you in the morning.
So you can help out this day.
The Gena file.
Thank you.
There are others there.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm going to delete that.
Yeah.
You brought us a treat?
Oh, let me get those.
Cookies. We were talking about them the other day, and I guess they had these out last year, too. Hot cocoa, what is it?
Hot cocoa flavor cream.
Oreos.
Yeah, I saw them in the grocery store, and I went, well, I imagine I know what that tastes like. And then you did a story about them, and I went, damn it.
Supposed to taste like cocoa.
So then I went to the grocery store yesterday to pick up some stuff, and they were there.
What's the difference between cocoa and hot chocolate?
I don't know.
I think there is.
It says marshmallow and hot cocoa flavor cream. Ooh, artificially flavored.
Well, what are they going to do? Make hot chocolate and then dehydrate it and...
Yeah, you could.
Science could do that.
But it's cheaper to have science make your flavors.
Now, hot chocolate, do they just melt a chocolate bar?
It's the cream is part hot cocoa, artificially flavored, and then the other half of the cream is marshmallow flavored. So you get both in the.
It smells good. I like that kind of sweet chemically smell. And it's the regular Oreo sandwich cookies. Now, do you take it apart, do you think, or do you just eat it?
I think you eat it however you want to eat it.
I mean, I don't have any milk. If I were home, I'd give it a little dunk.
I'll give you a little dunk.
It's the only way I get dairy. Is if I have Oreos to dunk in milk.
No ice cream?
Oh, well, yeah, no.
Well,
I like that.
It's not bad.
I like it better than an Oreo.
It's creamier.
Yeah.
It is creamier, isn't it?
Yep. I wish it was double stuffed, though.
Is that more? Yeah.
In 1965, Adam Jones, guitarist for Tool, was born.
There you go. All right, is this sponsored?
Yeah, join us Sunday, January 26th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Squatters Pub for Radio from Hell's annual Not Safe for Work live podcast recording with special guest interviews, live games, prizes, and the privilege of seeing Radio from Hell in person. Pretty sure this is sold out. You can go to x96.com and try to get tickets, but somebody is going to win some right now.
Well, it's time for another exciting edition of Beat Gina, but first, yes, I'm Johnny Ola for Super Polygrip Denture Adhesive.
Oh.
Polygrip. I've used Polygrip for years. you know, it's murder when you get a seed stuck under your dentures. Ouch! Well, Super Polygrip helps form a seal between your dentures and your gums, forming an occlusive seal that helps keep the food out and the dentures in. Excuse me. It's that simple. And that's really important if you're a radio announcer like me.
Yes.
Super Polygrip. Extra holding formula. Available at fine drugstores everywhere. And now, here he is, a game show talent who has all of his own original perfect teeth.
Well.
And I know because I see them up close every day. Gary Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
Welcome.
Professional game show announcer. All right.
There's a seed stuck in there.
No, it's poppy seeds, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Looks like you're going to be playing against Brandy today.
Hi,
Brandy,
Brandy.
are you there?
Hi, I'm good. I want you to know I've listened to this show for 30 years and I've never been on.
Wow.
Well, okay.
Welcome.
I'm sorry.
Everybody, I thought, has been on
No,
this
it's
show.
exciting.
Okay. All right, Brandy.
I'm taking my daughter to school. She's really stoked for me. We listen to you every morning.
All right, Brandy, then let's get the game underway. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage if you call it correctly. You call it heads or tails.
Let's go with heads.
All right, let's see what happens. It is heads, Gina
Way to
Barbara.
go.
Okay, you're
Nice.
one step closer.
One step closer to getting those tickets to see Lights, Camera, Brunch. All right, so that means because you won the coin toss, the first question is for you to answer exclusively. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, Gina has been paying attention, and she will answer the question correctly in your stead and steal your point away. And we'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. The Last of Us, the TV show, premiered on this day in 2023. So, Last of Us trivia.
Okay.
First question for Gina.
No.
No.
Brandy.
Brandy won the toss. That's right. Brandy, sorry about that. Brandy, listen carefully. In the post-apocalyptic world of The Last of Us, what is Joel's profession? What is Joel's profession? Is it 1, sandwich artist? Is it 2, engineering information and electrical instruction officer, or the EIEIO?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 3, protection/bodyguard, or 4, smuggler?
I've never seen it, but I'm going to go with 3.
Protection bodyguard?
Or
Well,
2, sorry.
no, sorry.
He's
Dang
a
it.
smuggler.
He is a smuggler, yes.
Oh, geez.
Smuggler.
Wow.
I don't remember that. What did he smuggle? I don't remember that.
Yeah, contraband and stuff. Yeah.
Anything.
Pills.
Yeah,
I think
pills.
pills was one of the things.
All right.
Yeah.
Gina has a point, and she controls the question.
Gina. Let's see. Here we go. Ellie is immune to infection.
Yes.
But was bitten. Where was she when she got infected?
I know this.
Was it 1, Chuckarama? Was it 2, a shopping mall? Was it 3, her school? Or was it 4, the Chuckle Hut Comedy Club in Denver, where laughter is infectious?
She was at the mall.
She was at the mall.
She was to the mall. That's 1 point, 2 points for Gina now. Brandy, you've got nothing, but you control the question.
Brandy, which actor was not considered for the role of Joel? 3 of them were, 1 of them was not. You want the one that was not considered for the role of Joel. Is it 1, Matthew McConaughey? Is it 2, RuPaul? Is it 3, Harrison Ford? Or 4, Keanu Reeves?
I'm going to go with RuPaul.
Although I think
Ru
RuPaul
could have done it.
would have done a great job, but
there you go. That's 1 for you, Brandy. Goes back to Gina now. If she gets this one, she wins.
all right, let's pick a good one here, Gina. What is the motto of the Fireflies?
Okay.
Fireflies, that underground group. What is their motto? Is it 1, curse your sudden and inevitable betrayal? Is it 2, I aim to misbehave? Is it 3, if you can't do something smart, do something right? Or 4, look for the light?
Look for the light.
Look for the light.
And Gina wins the game.
Oh, but
I'm sorry,
but-
Brandy.
Well,
What?
Brandy's been listening for 30 years.
Well.
I mean, surely.
She must be tired.
Surely, even though I beat her, she deserves a prize
Well,
for that.
how about a good long rest?
Or and okay, a good long rest and tickets to Lights Camera Brunch.
Wow.
Brandy.
All right, then.
There you go,
Love
Brandy.
that.
You win
Thank
anyway.
You, Gina. I'm considering making a donation to the road home for you.
That would be great.
Not
Thank you so
considering.
much.
I will.
You will in Gina's name. There you go. Thank you, Brady. Brandy, excuse me. Hang on.
I got to go. I've got to have this bridge repaired.
All right, thank you. Big Boy News now, brought to you by
Clark Planetarium proudly presents Living Worlds starting January 17th in the Hanson Dome Theater. Explore Earth's co-evolution with life, journey through space and time, and discover how we can find living worlds beyond. Don't miss this stunning film.
Well, Britain's Princess Kate has announced that her cancer is in remission.
Well, good.
The Princess of Wales made the announcement after visiting the Royal Marsden Hospital in London, where she received treatment. As anyone who has experienced a cancer diagnosis will know, it takes time to adjust to a new normal. I am, however, looking forward to fulfilling a year ahead. There is much to look forward to. Thank you to everyone for your continued support. She posted on Instagram. Doctors detected Kate's cancer after she underwent abdominal surgery in January of 2024. She stayed out of the public eye for a couple of months. The public was concerned about her health. A couple of months later, she revealed she was being treated for, they never ever really specified the kind of cancer that she was, noting her silence was due to shock of the diagnosis, as well as needing time to process the situation with her family. She went through chemo, said it was scary and unpredictable, but it has given her a new perspective on life. Kate is the wife, of course, William, the Prince of Wales, next in line to be the king. They have 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. The Bureau of Land Management and the U.S. Forest Service has approved a resource management plan for the Bears Ears National Monument. Bears Ears National Monument encompasses vast and diverse objects of historical and scientific interest, said BLM Acting Director Matt Preston. This new plan will allow anyone who has a connection to the monument to enjoy the landscape while ensuring respect for the monument and the unique values that it embodies. According to the BLM, the plan was developed to balance the protection of the monument's landscape and cultural resources with recreation, cattle grazing, and gathering plants and firewood. The record of decision, published January 14, revealed several changes to the area. They included the establishment of 4 recreation zones, prohibition of shooting in specific areas, and land allocations. Additionally, the record of decision said that 6 areas of the environmental concern were established: San Juan River, Lavender Mesa, Shea Canyon, Valley of the Gods, Indian Creek, and Aquifer Protection Area. There's a lot of they got 19,000 comments on this process.
Really?
From members of the public. Those comments were taken into consideration, they said. The unwavering dedication of tribal nations, partners, local communities, stakeholders, and the public in considering this plan's direction and focus has been remarkable to witness, said Barbara Van Alstine, the Manti LaSalle National Forest Supervisor. And, of course, they'll just throw it all out the window on the 20th of January.
Yep.
The shortage of eggs. There is a nationwide egg shortage that has impacted supermarkets and cafes. Question is, where does that whole egg before the chicken process begin? For nearly 15 years, Heather Carter has run the Nature Hills Farm with an assist from her Southern Utah University sweetheart, Travis, who by day is an Enoch, Utah police officer. Heather is also known for her book on making cheese, as well as her role as the manager of the Festival City Farmers Market. On her own farm, she maintains pigs, 1 cow, a turkey, peacocks, and the feature attraction, chickens for poultry and eggs. Heather says all of her animals are treated well. They're all healthy. We feed them really good food. So the point of this story is, by the way, is there is an egg shortage.
Yeah.
But you should, in fact, really try your hardest to buy local.
Yes.
Buy eggs locally from people you trust. And they are around. If you look around, there are people who...
They'll label them, even ones you get at the store, they'll label where the farms are, and you can see if they're...
My wife has created a term for how because she gets concerned when we don't have eggs in the house.
Yeah.
She calls it anxiety.
This was on, let's see, where did I get this? Oh, it was on KSL.com. This is really, and I'm just going to direct you to it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But it says here there were 100 homicides in Utah during 2024, according to statistics compiled annually by KSL.com. Nearly 70% of the victims were shot to death. Here is a look at each one of these Utah homicide victims and how they were killed in 2024. And there are pictures. Number one, it's Karen Louise Barker Griffin. There's a picture of this woman, 64 years old, when she was shot in her bedroom. Her son was arrested for shooting her and killing her. And then it goes on, picture after picture after picture. And it's very sobering to read these and look at the pictures and the faces of these people.
Yeah, so often we hear in the news, but it's
and
the picture in the story is.
And not all of them are good guys or good women or good guys. Some of them are bad guys. Some of them got shot doing things they shouldn't have been doing. But they're all people, and it's very sobering to. I haven't gone through the whole list yet, but I'm going to sit down today and look at the whole damn thing and read each one. 100 people shot last year in Utah. Some Senate Republicans left recent meetings with former Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard, or Gabbard if you prefer, with reservations about the qualifications of Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah. She doesn't have any?
She's the one that Trump chose to oversee the U.S. intelligence community. Those concerns have largely remained private. Republican lawmakers are expected to publicly support her despite their misgivings, but further missteps could jeopardize her nomination as Trump prepares to take office. In her meeting with Senator James Lankford, a Republican of Oklahoma, Gabbard couldn't clearly articulate what the role of the Director of National Intelligence is.
Well, that's what staff's for, Bill.
Two Senate Republican aides and a Trump transition official said when she met with Senator Mike Rounds, a Republican of South Dakota, Gabbard was confused about a key U.S. national security surveillance power, a top legislative priority for nearly every member on the Senate Intelligence Committee, conflating it with other issues. She doesn't know her ass from a hole in the ground. She doesn't know what she's doing and why she's there. And it's
just like Tammy Duckworth was grilling Hegseth yesterday about some military alliance, and she said, just name one of the countries that's involved, and he couldn't name one.
Yeah. But again, their answer, and when I said that, I'm not joking. Their answer is, well, that's what staff is for.
Yeah.
Staff will show us how to do the job. Oh, the deep state, you mean?
And finally,
the figurehead.
Finally, this quickly. Synesthesia is a fascinating neurological phenomenon whereby stimulation of one sense involuntarily triggers another sensory pathway.
Oh.
For example, some synthetes hear colors or shapes. Henry Gray has a particularly lexical gustatory synesthesia. Spoken words can trigger the sensation of taste and smell for him. Wow. He recounts when he was a university student, he had to find a new dormitory because some of the other residents' names were insufferable. Duncan smells like a burp after eating smoky bacon crisps, and Crystal is like a murky pea smell, and Elijah like licking an eyeball. I can't form a friendship with any of these people.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be a weird thing to have? All right, that's it.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, I was shocked when I read this headline.
Shocked, I tell you.
Are New York Liberty's mascot Ellie the Elephant and Grimace in a relationship? If you go to x96.com/live, you'll see the photographic evidence.
That's
there they are.
miscegenation. That's what that is.
They're out there together.
We don't want mixing of the races like that.
That was the headline.
So
it's just McDonald's has they're sponsoring the All-American Games in Brooklyn, but I just like that headline. Are they in a relationship? Well, good for them if they are. They're a cute couple. Utah Hockey Club lost last night to the Montreal Canadiens 5-3. Let's see. The Utah Jazz are home tonight to the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets are terrible, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky.
This is good for the Jazz.
And if we get beat, we should just vow to never play again.
Yeah, maybe. Just be done. And number 22 ranked Utah State Aggies play UNLV tonight at 9 p.m. And the Utes, 6 o'clock against the TCU Horned Frogs. The women lost. They're ranked 23. They lost to Baylor yesterday, 70-61. That's your sports weather. So sunny skies today, 38 for a high. We kind of stay in the same pattern for the next few days. Next chance for snow looks like Friday into Saturday, but only 20%, not much. What will happen, though, is it's going to drop temperatures down. Looks like by Martin Luther King Day, we could have overnight lows in the single digits. So very cold air, but not much snow on the way. Traffic, let me refresh this. Just a reminder about that earlier structure fire. Fire is out, 54 South in Kearns. Still closed both eastbound and westbound between 48th and 47th South. But water used to put the fire out has frozen and made things very slick out there. So it's going to take them a bit to melt that and clear that away safely. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. We've got a crash northbound I-15 University Parkway. This is in Utah County. We also have a crash westbound I-84, 1 mile west of Mountain Green up in Morgan. Crash westbound I-80, 13th East in Sugar House. It's off to the right shoulder. And whatever you're seeing on the road, you can text us and I will pass it along. 33986. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after these with your list of things that must go. Those.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
My guess is, as I read this list, the list is people you didn't know were in Marvel movies. Kerry Jackson is going to say.
Well, we'll see. I'll bet there's at least one on this list that I don't know.
Okay. I will read the name of the person, and we'll see if you know which one they're in.
Okay.
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks is in Doctor Strange.
This says she was in the Spider-Man trilogy.
Oh.
She played J. Jonah Jameson's assistant.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
At the Daily Bugle.
That's right. Toby Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yes, back then. Okay, so you said MCU. I didn't count those.
Oh,
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Donald Glover.
Yep.
Yes, he's also in a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
His ice cream melts.
He plays the character who would eventually become the Prowler in the comics.
Kevin Smith.
Yes, he's in Daredevil.
Yep, very good.
He's the guy running the not the mortuary, but the
forensic assistant.
Forensic assistants, yes.
This one surprised me. I bet you don't know this one. Gena Ortega.
This I do. Oh, wait.
She was Wednesday.
Yeah.
New Mutants?
No, that was Arya from.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
She was 11 years old.
Oh.
Wow.
It was her film debut.
Okay.
She played the vice president's daughter in Iron Man 3.
Oh, I never saw that one. Okay.
Oh,
that
it's a
makes
good
sense.
one.
Okay.
She was little kid.
Oh,
her
okay.
very first movie.
Well, now I got to go back and look and see if it looks like little Wednesday Addams.
It will. She's so pretty.
Hannibal Buress.
Hannibal Buress is also in the Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
Yes, he's the coach.
Danny Pudi. He was
Pudi.
Abed on Community.
In Community, yes, he was in. Oh, I can see him. Not Daredevil. He's in one of the no. What was he in? I know he's in
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
He played like a comms
That's right.
tech.
He was in the Triskelion. Yeah, that was destroyed. Yes.
Let's see. We have Sean Gunn.
That is James Gunn's brother, who is the stand-in for Rocket Raccoon when they shoot.
Oh, okay.
And he's also a character in Guardians of the Galaxy. And for the life of me, I can't remember the name right now, but Kraglin.
Yeah, very good. You got
wow.
You got all of that.
Thank you.
Tim Heidecker.
Tim Heidecker is in. He's a guide. He's a tour guide of some kind. I can't remember which.
You got it. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's it. Yeah, because he's at the San Francisco Harbor. I love those Ant-Man movies.
Whaleboat Captain.
Yes.
He was also in Fantastic Four in 2015. He played Reed Richards' father in a flashback.
Wow.
Ben Falcone and Melissa McCarthy.
Yes. It was a little cameo thing. I can't remember.
They requested it because they love the movie so much.
Which one?
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, that's right. They were in the play.
They were in the Asgardian theater troupe.
Yes.
Which
play
is funny.
where everybody plays. There's
you
have a Hemsworth playing
Yeah.
Thor, and
It's funny.
Ben Affleck's there.
Trevor Noah.
This one I'm not sure.
What?
Trevor Noah?
I can't think of it.
Can't place it.
It's a voice actor.
It's voice.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
All right. Well, that's.
Is that Into the Spider-Verse then?
No.
Oh.
He's in Black Panther. He's the voice. So when
Oh,
Martin
oh,
Freeman
yeah.
is flying the plane.
He's the voice of the ship.
Yeah, I
He's
knew
the voice
this.
of the
Okay.
ship. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon is in the Thor movies in the players that do the plays for Asgard in both the third and the fourth.
And he's also in Deadpool 2.
Yes.
He plays an unrecognizable rambling redneck with a gut and a southern accent and a long wig.
Things That Must Go, brought to you by
The Stateroom presents a special all-star Weezer tribute performing Pinkerton and the Blue Album in their entirety this Friday, January 17th at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Things that are bugging you, things that are so irritating to you. You think these things, this must go. This must go from my life. And so you think, I know, I'll send it to Radio from Hell. Maybe they'll be able to get it to disappear. Send your must go to Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line. And if we read yours on the air, it might make you feel better. And sometimes we understand these things disappear from your life. So why don't you go first, Carrie?
Oh, okay. Let's see. We'll begin with does not. Oh, this is from Anonymous. My thing that must go is busy work at work. When you have nothing to do for 10 hours, in my case. Oh.
Go home.
Go home. Yeah. Let's see. This one from does not say I can use their name. People who come to a party and spend the whole time talking on their phone or texting. Just stay home. You and your lack of manners won't be missed. Missed you guys over the holiday. Glad you're back. I just can't imagine going to a party and doing that. Exactly. Let's see. This one from does not say. My things that must go would be people who leave their grocery carts in the middle of the aisle and then get upset with you when you move their carts. Pay attention. There's more people coming through this aisle. See, and I hate the reunions that happen.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the aisle.
I have those, actually.
Scooch over
I
to
try
the side.
I try to move over.
Janice, I haven't seen you in so long. And you're just right in the middle of the aisle. That's this one from Hunter. Here's a quick list of things that must go. The option to sort items from highest price items to lowest priced items while shopping online. Who is this for?
Okay. I want this, but I want the cheap one.
All right. Drivers who drive over the line at the crosswalk. This forces me to walk in traffic, putting my safety at risk. This one I totally agree with. Overdressed burgers.
Just too much stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say
It can happen.
we can fix this. And the problem is that we're making our burgers taller. And that's the problem. Burgers need to be wider.
Oh, wider.
You can put more stuff on them when they're wider and not taller. If you then you can't get it in your mouth anyway. So anyway, and finally, my collection of napkins and cutlery from various fast food restaurants. I have a full drawer. Make them optional.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hunter.
I'll go next. Let's see. I've got one of my own. I'd like this phrase to go away. So already I've said a line in the sand. I don't ever want to hear that. Draw a line in the sand. I don't want to hear at the end of the day ever again. And now I don't want to ever hear the phrase boots on the ground. Okay? I'm just tired of those. Stop using them all the time. Let's see. This one says daylight savings time must go. It's actually daylight saving time, sir. Arizona and Hawaii does it right. and ignores daylight savings time. Utah should do the same. Mike C. P.S. I love the show. This says, you may use my name. This is Cardboard Chris with something that is going to go. I drive a forklift at an uninsulated box plant in Spanish Fork. What must go is the fluctuating temperatures between rooms. I go near the giant machines we have here. I get toasty. I go out to the warehouse, and I literally have ice forming on control panels. The seasons don't help anything either. In summer, I'm sweltering near the machines and have to ride into the warehouse to cool down. I just want to work and be comfortable. Is that too much to ask? Thanks for letting me listen. Chris, this one says, you may use my name. Good morning, things that must go. Job applications and the redundant, useless processes to prove nothing. I'm thankful I have a job I have now, but I only got this job because my wife randomly applied me for it. I applied to over 600 positions last year and only interviewed for 3 of them. I received 1 offer on the same day, interviewed, which usually means a red flag when you get a job offer right after the interview. After finding out from a friend how terrible the work conditions are and the salary is all grant-based and may disappear, I politely declined the offer. I don't envy the poor college students now that never qualify for the jobs that they were promised when they started school. Most colleges are getting backlash from businesses saying their college students aren't qualified for real-world situations and jobs. Where else are students supposed to learn? I mean, thanks for letting me listen. Thanks for everything you do. And thanks to that new intern that Bill can't remember. I do, too, remember Durwood. His name is Durwood. Finally, one more quick one. Y'all been talking on and off about people getting stuck farts. Well, it's been that way for me lately. Oh, I don't like it. And it gets quite uncomfortable. Please make it go, but maybe not when I'm with my girlfriend. She would not appreciate it.
Yeah.
Johnny B.
Go for your fart walk, Johnny B.
Gina?
People who have those 15-foot tall skeletons in their front yard, for Halloween, great. In my neighborhood, they put a turkey and a pilgrim hat on it for Thanksgiving. Okay.
That's
Christmas, they put a Santa hat. And okay, now it's time to take it down. Don't leave it up.
I was going to put wings and a heart on it for Valentine's.
Day. Let's see. Lana sent this in. She said, my mom suddenly dying right before Christmas must go.
Oh, jeez.
Spending Christmas Eve writing her obituary must go. My dad died on Christmas Eve. I know that's crummy. And she said, but here's the reason I'm reading this mostly. Not knowing what she would want when she dies must go. Seriously, tell your family what you want. Do you want to be buried, cremated, important stuff, life insurance information, bank information.
Get it in your will,
Let everybody know what's going on. And I know we're running out of time, so I'll just skip to this one. Things that must go. Bill never going to ex-wife's place. How is it that Gina's been there but not him? It's a rite of passage bar.
Well, I guess I've been told.
There you go.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Traffic.
Crash I-15 northbound approaching University Parkway in Orem. The right shoulder blocked. Traffic is backed up to the S-curves. That earlier structure fire is out, but 54 South in Kearns remains closed, both eastbound and westbound between 48th and 47th South from the earlier fire. The flames are out, but the water froze on the roads and needs to be melted and cleared away for safety. We have a crash westbound I-80, 13th East in Sugar House. And looks like that's about it. If you see something, you can say something. Our donut critic says, what must go? Provolone cheese must go. It's just waxy calories without any taste.
Hard disagree.
No?
Hard disagree.
Waxy calories?
I love provolone.
I'm waxy calories.
Good on sandwiches.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to take a break, play a song. After that song, it is time for the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play, easy to win. Chances, well, if you were listening, you know who won this morning. If you weren't listening, you could guess, but why take a chance? Cheat. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting January 15, 2025. Click on there, and it'll say winner next to the one that was the winner. What is the prize today?
It's a 4-pack of tickets to go skating at the Gallivan Center.
Gallivan Skating. easy to play, easy to win. 877-602-9696. Just tell us who won the boner this morning, and you'll get those tickets. A family 4-pack of tickets for ice skating at the Gallivan Center. Right after these messages and a song, 877-602-9696. KXRK Provo. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
If you have less than perfect vision, this is for you. That was me some years ago. That was Carrie several years ago. I had way less than perfect vision.
I remember the first time I met you, those glasses were awfully thick.
Yes, they were, and I'm glad I'm rid of them. I went to Hoops Vision, got the LASIK surgery, and there's nothing to it. It's easy, it's painless, and it's fast. And you can do the same thing. Carrie's done it, I've done it, our family members. You get rid of your glasses and your contact lenses. And right now, you can get $800 off the procedure at Hoops. And they're terrific. They're very professional.
Oh, yeah.
They're very friendly. They know that they just instill confidence in
They make it so easy for you.
Yeah.
They really do.
Book your VIP consultation today. Take advantage of their special pricing. Save $800. Call them, 877-30-LASIK. Or you can book it online, Hoops Vision.
I brought my own hospital corpsman in to monitor whether we get heat stroke or not.
Your son Festus, who's in the Navy, has left Jacksonville, driving across the country for duty call in San Diego, right?
Correct. Yeah, I've been checking Mom's temperature every half hour.
Good.
She's doing good.
What other signs will if I need attention? What other?
Your skin will be flushed.
Okay.
You'll be sweaty. You might lose consciousness at some point.
You get pink
and we
foam
can't
at
have
the
that.
corners of your mouth.
Pink foam?
Pink foam.
That's just Bill's experience.
Well, so you drove. You're driving across the country, Festus. Is that? Do you enjoy that? Is that?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we started in Jacksonville, and we did 3 stops. We did Nashville, Kansas City, and just outside of Denver. And I actually saw Bill in Denver.
Well, I was there.
He just appeared for a moment.
I was there briefly. Of course, my secret power. I'm Denverine, and I can will myself to go to Denver in an instant, in the blink of an eye. I was going to ask you for a ride back, but
Yeah,
you can't get
hopped,
back.
You should have hopped in the car with him.
Yeah, no, I have to. I can't will myself back to Salt Lake. I have to take Actually, I have to take a bus.
I don't think you'd want to be seen in my orange Buick anyway.
I think your car's cute.
It is cute.
It's copper.
It's
not
copper.
orange.
And its name is Tater Tot.
It looks like a tater tot.
And how long are you in Salt Lake?
Until August 3rd, and then I've got an apartment in San Diego ready on the 5th, so I'm going to drive down, and hopefully the Navy will deliver my stuff so I don't have to sleep on the floor.
And actually, he's in town till the 3rd, and he and his fiance they are a musical performing duo.
Oh, really?
And if anybody is in need of some cheap and they will probably work free entertainment at your business, they would be willing to do that while they're here.
Yeah, if you have an insurance office and you want a folk singing duo in the lobby.
No, tell them about some of the places you've played.
You know, we hand out business cards at our shows, so we typically play at like breweries and bars and things like that. But we got an email from a hair salon. And they were doing, I think it was Paul Mitchell, they were doing like some kind of event, and they're like, we'd love to have you guys play in the corner. So we went and we set up in the corner of a hair salon. So literally anywhere we will play.
Now you play guitar. What does she play?
She sings. Because no one wants to hear me do that.
But she plays a bunch of different instruments, though.
Yeah, she can play bass and guitar, and
You just don't let her, right? And by her, we mean her name is?
Jane.
Jane. Okay.
I just said that because you made fun of me for it earlier.
Jane.
Jane, just one.
Jane. I like that name though. It's old-fashioned.
They met on a Facebook group of, hey, I'm a musician in Jacksonville and I'm looking for other musicians to play with.
But only if they're good looking.
There's a specific page for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can email me if you want.
I don't know,
if you
we're
want them-
bored.
if they're bored while they're here,
What
they'll
kind
come.
of music?
Everything like classic rock, 90s. We've got like, I don't know, 50 songs. This is the longest set I've ever played because when I played here in bands, we played for 45 minutes opening for other bands. But at bars, they want you to play for 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, we got both kinds. We got country and western.
He played at the Jacksonville Jaguars game too.
Yeah, they had us up in like the rich people box, and we entertained the rich people.
I bet that was gratifying.
They tip really well.
Sometimes they don't, though.
I was told that rich people don't tip.
And we played at a country club too, and they just will throw 20s at you. Play this song.
Oh, the
Sweet
request.
Caroline. Yeah.
Oh, well, you get enough drunks in there. Yeah.
Is it always
Then the
Sweet
wallet's
Caroline? Is that what they always ask for?
Usually, yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
And you'll play that.
I never want to hear it again in my life.
But you'll do it for $20.
I'll do it for $20. Yeah, there's not a lot I won't do for $20.
It's the mating call of the rich white drunk person.
What does the Navy? What does the Navy think about this? Do they just don't care?
No, they don't care. I mean, because we don't make that much money doing it. If you get like a job on the side, you have to get it approved. But we're pretty much just do it for fun, so they don't really care.
All right, well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where does that music come from, Frank? When you appear in the studio, this is Frank Chris, the celebrity Grim Reaper. No, he's not a celebrity. He's the Reaper of celebrities, a Grim Reaper. But so it gets cold, and this organ music just starts up out of nowhere.
It's a little Bluetooth speaker I've got
on your scooter there.
Pairs with the scooter.
I see. Frank Chris has joined us. Oh, Frank, It's just a sad story.
You got the runaround yesterday, didn't you, Frank?
Oh yes, it was a busy day.
What happened?
Well, Drake Bell was missing and endangered.
Well, he's not considered a celebrity anymore, is he?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
And so they weren't sure. It was a possibility that Frank's services would be required, but they ended up finding him.
Yeah, I dashed off to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there a lot.
Yes.
And but he's fine. He's just fine.
All right. Frank has joined us here in the studio. Every weekday we play a game called Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank gives me a list of 4 celebrities, 4 names, and he says, do a little research on these, Bill. 3 of them on the list you'll find are...
But they're fine. They're just fine.
But one of them Frank has taken away, a precious celebrity no longer with us.
Oh.
And it's the contestant's job to figure out which one on the list is dead and who do we have to play?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Okay. Of course you are. Chelsea, I'm going to read you these names. You tell me who is dead and what can Chelsea win, Gina?
Chelsea, we've got tickets to see The Offspring with Sum 41 and Simple Plan live at USANA Amphitheater on August 3rd.
All right, here we go, Chelsea. These names that Frank gave me, these are cast members of the second highest grossing film of the year 2000. That film being Gladiator.
Oh.
All right. So these are stars from that movie. Number 1, Derek Jacobi started his professional acting career with Laurence Olivier as one of the founding members of the Royal National Theatre. He won numerous awards, including a BAFTA, Olivier Awards, Primetime Emmy Awards, Screen Actors Guild, and a Tony Award. Mr. Jacobi was given a knighthood for his services to theater by Queen Elizabeth II. He played Senator Gracchus in Gladiator. That's Derek Jacobi. Number 2 on the list, Oliver Reed. His notable films including, of course, playing Bill Sykes in the Best Picture Oscar winner, Oliver. He was also in one of my favorite movies, Women in Love. He played Athos in The Three Musketeers and The Four Musketeers. And in Gladiator, Oliver Reed played Antonius Proximo, the old gruff gladiator trainer in that movie. Number 3 on the list, Tommy Flanagan, best known for his role as Chibs on Sons of Anarchy and its spin-off, Mayans MC. He was in Braveheart. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and he played Cicero in Gladiator. He was the loyal servant to Maximus the Gladiator. Number 3 is Tommy Flanagan. And number 4, Connie Nielsen. Her feature film debut was in the Jerry Lewis French film, Par Otu Rentré en Tapa Sautir. She moved to the United States and made her first appearance in a major English language film after being in that Jerry Lewis film called The Devil's Advocate, starring opposite Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. In Gladiator, Connie Nielsen played Lucilla in Gladiator. She was the former consort to former girlfriend of the Gladiator. All right, those are the 4 people in Gladiator. Do you know, Chelsea, which one is dead?
I'm going to guess B.
B, Oliver Reed? That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Oliver Reed died in 1999 at the age of 61.
He died during the filming of Gladiator.
He did indeed. As a matter of fact, I think they had to sort of cobble together some scenes, using like a double and things like that. So congratulations, Chelsea. You win tickets to see The Offspring.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on the line, and somebody will tell you how to get those tickets.
Oh, well, I've got to go.
Yeah?
Pete Rose is 82
Oh, yeah, go check on him.
today, so I've got to go and check on him.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank. I was going to tell him Derek Jacobi's 84. That's even older.
Snow.
Is it because on this day?
In 2018, don't drink and take a bath. It's a bad idea.
Why?
Okay.
Because you might end up like Dolores O'Riordan in 2018.
What? How did drinking and taking
She
a
was
bath?
drunk and drowned in the bathtub.
Oh, so she was more than just
Oh,
having a
yeah.
drink.
No.
Because I've had I have a beer, a big tall. I'd have a tub beer when I take a hot bath.
No, if you have 8 tub beers, don't go take a bath.
Is it 8?
I mean, I don't know what the cutoff is, but I bet it's 8.
That was an arbitrary number, wasn't it?
I just plucked that out. I don't know.
Pluck that out of what?
Thin air, right?
Oh, thin air. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got something in my eye.
What's the matter? Is it the song made you cry?
No. No, I literally have something in my eye. It's time for the boner recap.
Yes.
Who is on the line?
Looks like Austin is here.
Austin, hello. Good morning. What's up?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Are you having a fine day so far?
So far, so good. Thanks.
Good. What are you doing?
I'm going to grab a cup of coffee from Salt Lake Roasting Company and then head to work.
All right. Good. What sort of work are you employed in, Austin?
I do biomedical research.
Oh, okay. It sounds important. Important research.
Yes, very.
Yeah. Austin, if you can tell me who the boner candidate winner was, or who the winner of these 3 candidates was, you will win a prize, which is what, Gina?
Which is lace up your skates and glide into the heart of downtown Salt Lake City at the Gallivan Center. The outdoor ice rink and colorful lights create a magical winter wonderland. Have an enchanted evening skating. Stay cozy with a warm snack or cup of hot chocolate from concessions. It is a 4-pack of tickets to the Gallivan ice skating rink.
That'd be nice. You'd be able to strap on the skates and go practice your triple salchow.
Mm-hmm.
So I do need practice. Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's a very difficult maneuver on ice.
I know it.
I'll read these 3. You tell me the winner. Number 1. Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Because I'm prepared to make this a true boner recap.
Okay.
Oh.
What?
Back in my day, we had to list the candidates and tell you who won.
Oh, that's true.
Well.
He's prepared. Well, let's let him do it.
All right, Austin, have at it.
Okay. So number 1 was titled "The Outcome is Rarely Good When a Blind Guy Has a Gun."
That's correct.
All right.
And it's about the guy who was shooting. He thought he was shooting at an intruder that he knew but was afraid of. But this guy, he's blind, so he's shooting his gun willy-nilly, and he shoots his friend in the knee. Really smart. That was number 1. Who was number 2, Austin?
Number 2 was "She Saw Something, She Said Something, and She Got Suspended."
Yeah, from Eagle Mountain, Utah. A Utah County teacher has fled the country to Brazil, I believe it is, they think, after being charged with the rape of 2 teen students. Well, prior to this happening, a young girl comes home from school, this Rockwell Charter High School, and says to her mom, "Something's going on with this teacher. It's bad." And I don't know precisely what she said, but she said there's something fishy happening here. And so the mother and the daughter went to the administration of the school, and the school said, "Oh, you're just dealing in rumor here. We're suspending you." Well, as it turns out, it wasn't just rumor. There was something really going on. And then who was boner candidate number 3, Austin?
Would you shoot him in the legs? Would you?
Yeah, would you? That was the question asked Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. You'll recall Donald Trump, when he was president, asked the Secretary of the Defense at the time, Mark Esper, to shoot protesters in the legs. Can't we shoot them in the legs? We should shoot them in the legs. Mark Esper wisely said, no, we don't do that. We're not going to do that. But Hegseth, well, he sort of hedged and hummed and hawed and basically let it lie on the table that, yeah, if Trump asked him to do it, he probably would. So who was the winner, Austin?
The winner was number 2.
Do you think that was deservedly the winner, you think?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right, good. All right, Austin, you're going to go ice skating. Do you have 3 friends or family members you can rustle up and take with you?
Yeah. My wife and my 2 kids, they all have birthdays this month, so I figured this would be a good activity.
Perfect. That is the perfect thing.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Daddy's not going to spend any money on you at all for your birthday. We're just going to take you skating with a free prize that I got on the radio.
We'll buy him a hot chocolate.
Yeah, they won't know it's free, says Austin. You're right. Yeah. All right. Hang on, Austin.
Hang on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those tickets. All right, there we go. Let's see, 9:14. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after these messages with big boy news and opinnuendo. We got our concert calendar coming up. Stand by for that. And more, all on the I was just trying to find the box office, and for some reason, the Hollywood Reporter only wants to tell me about the Chinese box office for some reason.
I got it here somewhere. It was now you went to like a megaplex or something?
Yeah, so I texted Daddy Gary right after Sean Mean's movie review on Friday. And I said, Daddy Gary, do you want to go see Dune with me? Because I'm his sci-fi buddy and have been since he took me to Star Wars back in the 70s. So we've gone to all the Star Wars, the Star Treks, all of them. And he took me to the first Dune, the 1984.
Oh, the
Dune,
David Lynch one.
The David Lynch one.
He wants the spice.
And I pulled up the cast of the first one to compare to the new one. So you have Kyle MacLachlan, who was a handsome man.
Good-looking man.
He was a good-looking man.
Still a good-looking man.
So that's the Timothée Chalamet.
He's your Chalamet of the day.
Yeah. And then you have Zendaya.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who played the Zendaya character? Do you remember?
No.
Sean Young.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Crazy Sean Young.
Yeah. And
Patrick Stewart was in it.
Yes,
Patrick
he was.
Stewart was in it. And the Austin Butler character was the Sting character.
Yes.
So it was kind of fun to look at who played what in the original one.
Who was the Baron in that
Aaron
in the first one?
in the suit.
In the fat suit.
Kenneth McMillan.
Oh, that's right, Kenneth McMillan. He was actually pretty good, I thought.
Yeah. But I remember saying when I watched Dune 1,
Brad Dourif was in it.
Yeah.
that it was a little boring. I thought it looked cool.
I thought it was
but
a little
was a little
too.
slow.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That is not the case for this one.
No.
This is 2 hours and 45 minutes, and at the end of it, Daddy Gary and I looked at each other and went, "That was 2 hours and 4." It moves along, and I could have kept watching because it does. Actually, Sean Means compared it to Empire Strikes Back, where it's super satisfying, but at the end, you want to know what happens.
Doom
next.
Part 2 did $81.5 million on the weekend.
That's North America.
That's North America. 178.5 globally, and it's considered, great.
Oh, it doesn't land in China until next weekend. Japan the week after that. Okay, all right.
So I didn't see it in IMAX. I just saw it on.
Was it crowded?
On regular. It was playing. We went to the Century 16. It was playing like every 15 minutes in every theater. So our theater wasn't full, but every theater was showing it.
I'm going to wait a week or so and go see it in IMAX.
I can see where IMAX would be the way to go. I mean, it was great on just regular screen.
I don't know where to go for IMAX. Where?
You have to go south of 21st.
Oh no,
that's fine.
I don't want to do
but
that.
There's one out west, and then there's one down south by the soccer stadium.
This is Zendaya's movie. She is the star of this.
Which I have been told by people who read the book that they enhanced her part. Because in the book, she's just pretty much there to be the girlfriend.
Nope.
And that's it.
She's great in this. She has a huge part. It was really good. I liked it quite
Max
a bit.
von Sydow was in the original?
Of course. All those great British actors. You know?
He's Swedish.
Swedish?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm starting to think more kindly of the first one now that
I got a regular bucket of popcorn, just in a.
Did you see the?
I don't think they had. I think it's only one.
It's only at
chain,
the AMC,
yeah.
and I think they're out west.
I was grateful for just the regular popcorn bucket.
Dean Stockwell was in the original.
Go see it.
You're thinking fondly about the original.
It was terrible.
Until you see the original.
bad.
I just remember Kenneth McMillan,
well, I mean, he was
a balloon.
Yeah, he was the high point of the whole thing. All right. It is 9:20 right now. Time for some big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by...
Waterproof your home with Base Coat because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Base Coat specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue, from sump pumps all the way to major repairs, crack settling foundations. Each solution backed by a guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at basecoat.net.
Music mogul Irving Azoff is organizing a mega concert called Fire Aid, January 30th at LA's Intuit Dome. This should be along the lines of the concert for New York that was held after 9/11. Fire Aid will raise money for wildfire relief charities. The show will be produced along with Live Nation. Azoff represents groups like the Eagles, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Fleetwood Mac, Steely Dan, Maroon 5, and more. His son Jeffrey manages Harry Styles. Their wide range of artists stretches to U2. Chelsea Handler is also a client. She could host the show. Details haven't been announced yet, but they're coming fast. Ticket prices should be high. L.A. has to raise a hell of a lot of money. And good on Azoff for taking this on. And Ringo Starr and friends 2-hour concert special celebrating the legacy of Ringo through the lens of country music will air this spring, and proceeds from the all-star performance With a Little Help from My Friends will benefit American Red Cross and those impacted by the fires in California. Ringo and Friends at the Ryman will air on CBS and stream on Paramount+. It will tape on Tuesday and Wednesday at the famed Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. The special comes a week after Ringo released his country album, Look Up.
Does everybody need a country? Why does
Which-
everybody need a country album?
Why not?
Country music right now
It's
in the
ascendant.
nation is exploding.
It's ascendant. It really is.
It's doing extremely
Does
well.
Trent Reznor need to do a country? I
Good.
think he needs to do a country album.
I'd listen to it.
The special comes a week after Ringo released his country album Look Up, which was produced and co-written by T-Bone Burnett. He will perform songs from that album along with his solo hits and Beatles classics. He will be, for the event, he'll be joined by Jack White, Sheryl Crow, Brenda Lee, I'm sorry, Rodney Crowell, Emmylou Harris, Mickey Guyton, Sarah Jarosz, Jamie Johnson, Billy Strings, The War, and Treaty, Larkin Poe, and Molly Tuttle.
Mm-hmm.
Additional guest artists will be announced later.
I learned that the Ryman Theater is the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
Do not be fooled by the Grand Ole Opry, because it's in a parking lot of a mall now.
Oh.
The Ryman Theater.
The Ryman
is what
Theater is
used
where
to
you
be.
want to go.
It's the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
It's why Ringo is going to be there.
All right.
Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany have a third child. They've named the child
Trump.
Golden Ray.
Oh.
Golden Ray. A new Mickey Mouse horror movie is in the works.
Oh, Mickey Mouse horror movie?
Yeah.
No,
it's a steamboat.
Help me, Carrie.
It's like the Winnie the Pooh thing. And
It's because the rights to the original Steamboat Willie Mickey, it's been 100 years. And so the rights are out there in public domain now, so people have been making these movies.
They've done Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be Steamboat Mickey with a horror movie. I don't really need that.
No.
Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, this whole thing.
I've never engaged in non-consensual sexual activity with anyone,
as far as you know,
said the best-selling author in response to allegations in New York Magazine. He denied these allegations made against him by multiple women, reported in an explosive New York Magazine article this week. In a statement on his website, Mr. Gaiman emphatically denied engaging in non-consensual sexual activity. He wrote that he has stayed quiet about the allegations to avoid drawing attention to a lot of misinformation, and characterized his relationships with women who have alleged that he assaulted them and pressured them to engage in acts against their will as entirely consensual. Accounts about Gaiman began to surface last summer when multiple women came forward in a podcast produced by Tortoise Media and accused the author of sexually assaulting them. But a much more detailed and disturbing series of accounts by multiple women who allege Gaiman raped, pressured, abused, assaulted them was published by New York Magazine on Monday. The article describes the alleged behavior by Gaiman toward women who claim that he forced them to perform degrading acts.
And my
which
guess
I
is,
will not read the details
in his
of.
mind, he justifies it by saying, "Well, no, it's consensual." Like in his mind, he thinks that's what it is. It's not.
Some prominent writers, among them J.K. Rowling, Jeff Vandermeer, Maureen Johnson, Naomi Alderman, denounced Gaiman's behavior and criticized the literary world's tepid response to the allegations.
Sit down, J.K.
Others suggested that prize committees should rescind some of Gaiman's literary awards. Some booksellers wondered whether they should stop carrying his books, which have sold tens of millions of copies globally and include children's books, comics, and beloved fantasy novels like American Gods and The Graveyard Book.
Mm-hmm.
Appalled fans have said they will no longer buy or read Gaiman's books. Let's see what else we have here. Jeff Beck's guitar collection is going up for auction. I figure it's worth about $1.2 million for his collection. Megadeth's Dave Mustaine and his family expand their wine brand.
Megadeth wine.
It's called House of Mustaine.
That sounds like a good wine.
House of Mustaine. He and his wife Pamela and his daughter Electra serve as president, vice president of the brand.
Maybe we need a wine. We've had a beer. Maybe we need a wine.
You want to do a wine?
Sure, we could probably do a wine.
I think we should do corn squeezins.
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
Radio from Hell Shine?
Shine.
In mason jars?
Less than half of Americans care which team wins the Super Bowl, new research suggests.
Half?
According to a survey of 2,000 U.S. adults over the age of 21, less than half actually care about which football team comes out on top in February.
Yeah.
Results found that 1 in 4 respondents is more interested in the food that they're having with the game.
Yep.
And 54% believe that the food spread has the power to make or break the entire experience.
Well, that's true.
Food also proved to be more exciting than the commercials or the halftime show.
Yeah.
Conducted by Talker Research on behalf of Tums, the survey aimed to uncover the best foods across a variety of categories to pair with football. The 3 foods deemed most necessary to have around were, you can guess, buffalo and hot wings,
and nachos.
barbecue of some sort, and 7-layer dip.
I mean, that's nachos, I guess.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
6 in 10 respondents will be hosting or attending a game day party. And if they were hosting, more than half would plan out the menu of what they serve at least a month in advance.
I mean, my order of interest is the commercials, the food, the halftime show.
And there's
you don't even list the game on there anywhere, do you?
No, I mean, no. It's more of the spectacle, really.
Yeah.
Although I will watch the game.
Yeah.
Will you understand what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Kerry played football, Bill, remember?
Oh, that's right. He was a center.
He was the hustler.
I was the center. Get in there and hustle.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's
the center.
And it's really not that hard to follow.
Aldi Coyote gave Wile E. Coyote a run for his money. Shoppers in a Chicago supermarket, an Aldi, had reason to howl when a coyote was yanked out of the refrigerated section by a pair of officers.
I saw the video.
Hair-raising moment caught on video. The Aldi grocery store in Chicago's Humboldt Park neighborhood was like something out of a cartoon as authorities used broomsticks to poke around shelves. According to the viral clip posted on social media, an officer eventually grabbed what appeared to be a furry tail poking out of the shelves and furiously pulled before the wild animal shockingly emerged and landed on the market floor. The coyote quickly scurried back between cold products, but was later taken into custody by animal control. Probably the thing was probably scared out of its mind in there. So what? Why was it? I guess they say there are some coyotes.
There are coyotes in Chicago
that live around in Chicago.
Yeah.
It picked an odd location. They do this sometimes. They make a mistake. Coyotes are trying to avoid us, hide from us, always, said Stan Gert with the Cook County Coyote Project. He said probably he was trying to find a place to hide, ended up in the store.
Well, a shelf is kind of like a little cave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So. Why are there coyotes in Chicago? That's weird.
Coyotes everywhere. They're like rats.
All right.
Weather? Okay, chilly, 28. Going to get up to 38 for a high today, and sunny. Overnight lows in the 20s. We kind of stay in this pattern for a few days. Next chance for a storm is Friday, although not very much of one, 20%. It will be much colder, though. Looks like by Martin Luther King Day on Monday, we could have overnight lows in the single digits. Buy a set of 4 select tires from Big O Tires now through the 26th of January. Get free Papa Murphy's Pizza for a year. A great deal any way you slice it, only at your locally owned and operated Big O Tires. In Los Angeles.
Okay.
I feel weird about this. I was talking to Carrie about this off the air. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Because I have this job.
Yes.
In radio.
Yeah.
Katie might understand what I'm talking about.
I might too if you'll tell me.
So we were on vacation last week and we were out of town, and my daughter Jonesy was upset because her very favorite artist was in town here last weekend. His name is Rule.
Okay. R-U-L-E?
R-U-E-L.
R-U-E-L. Okay.
And he's kind of like a Harry Styles, you know. He's a cute 20-something boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about him. I don't know his music. I don't know. And she and her friends are nuts for him.
Yeah.
And she was all upset that we were going on vacation when he was coming here to Salt Lake.
And so you'll kowtow to a teenage girl being upset that she's missing a concert and pay a lot of money to go to Los Angeles.
My daughter has never asked for tickets to any concert. She's never expressed any interest in going to anything except for this. And I'm like, okay, if he's playing somewhere, this will be like your birthday present or whatever. If he's playing somewhere close and it's a weekend, I don't have to take off work.
See, close to me would be like Provo.
Well, I said, we'll go. And I look, and he's playing in L.A. tonight.
Now, you said, I feel weird about this being in radio. Why?
But I don't know anything about this guy.
Gina, I'm in radio, and there are lots of things I don't know about in music.
But I don't know if his show here sold out, but I know it did very well.
I'm sure. That's the way music is these days. My kid listens to a lot of music and a lot of stuff I've never, and they'll play it for me, and I'll go, oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
They sold out the Complex the other night, and I'd never even heard of them. So,
but
that's the way music is today.
I mean, typical, middle-aged mom. It makes sense to say, oh, my kid likes this artist. I don't know. I should know this.
No, it's also why radio is irrelevant.
Well, that's what Carrie and
that was the discussion we had.
See, radio is irrelevant anymore when it comes to the music industry.
Yeah.
That's not what... People don't listen to this show because of music. Whoa, those alternative classics.
But we have to play a song.
At least a song an hour. Well... I, for one, am glad we're doing that. It gives me breathing room.
So, see, he's
fine.
He's a cute boy.
Yeah, he's fine. A little too precious for me, but okay.
He's the only poster she has in her room. Like,
wow.
I just...
Better be careful. There might be some dirty words in there.
but I'm doing the other thing that I also thought I would never do, which is I bought myself a ticket, and I'm going to stand in the back and let.
Okay.
I'm not going to be like up there in the middle of it.
Why
it's
would
not
you?
my thing.
No.
But I never thought I would be that person that's standing in the back.
I would, if I went so far as to do what you're doing, I'd say, I'm dropping you off at the venue. I'll be over here at the lounge. When the show's over, I'll come and get you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'll report back whether it's. I'm feeling like a normal mom.
And Gina, being in this business, you could have gone to Todd Newcomb, our program director, and said, Todd, my daughter really likes this artist.
Yeah.
And Todd would say, oh, I know the record company. I could probably get you tickets.
Well, I don't like asking.
Then don't bitch when you don't get it.
I'm not bitching.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
I'll ask every time. Because you know why?
Why?
I deserve it.
'96.
All right. Is this a sponsored feature?
It's Live Nation.
Oh, okay.
So it's sponsored by Trent.
Yeah, Trent is here.
Trent Falcone, good morning. How was your holiday, Trent?
It was great.
Good.
How about you?
It was fine, just fine, yeah.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, you too. Now, Trent, do we have lots of shows coming up? I haven't looked at the list, actually. I should do that.
We're easing back into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got some stuff to do. It's not a huge list, but here we go. So Thursday, tomorrow night, January 16th, Mania, the ABBA tribute at the Depot.
There you
Bill,
go, Gina.
text me when you get there.
Oh, you know me and ABBA, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday, January 17th, Ben Barnes will be at Soundwell. And Sebastian Maniscalco, It Ain't Right Tour, will be at the Maverick Center. Tickets are still available for that one. Saturday, January 18th at the Depot. I guess we could go to this instead, Bill. It's the Shrek Rave.
I think this would be better for you and me, I think. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. 18 plus for that. Sunday, January 19th at the Depot as well, Houndmouth. And then Monday, January 20th at the Union, it's Collective Soul.
Yeah.
On sale. Yeah, there you go. On sales Friday, 10 a.m. Restless Road will be at the Depot March 27th. Turnover coming to the Depot May 24th. Grant Perez, June 8th at the Depot. Chicago, August 21st at Sandy Amphitheater. Dance Gavin Dance, June 24th at the Union. Mayday Parade, May 12th at the Union. Fame on Fire, April 28th at Soundwell. And the big one, Chris Stapleton, All-American Road Show, returning to Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. That's going to be August 15th.
How quick will that sell out, Chris Stapleton?
I've heard the pre-sales are already killing it, so it's going to be fast. Yeah.
All right.
So I would act quickly. Giveaways. We're going to give you 2 tickets to see Silverstein with Thursday. That's February 4th at the Complex. Those tickets will be in will call. And then if you're able, you can go see Sebastian Maniscalco this Friday night. That will also be 2 tickets. And I think I'm going to send them to Zach. So we'll leave it as a surprise how you get those. But there you go.
So call 877-602-9696 right now if you want those. And it's first come, first serve, just whoever gets through, say what you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
And so Chicago coming, that is 25 or 624 Chicago, right?
Yes, the one and only Chicago.
Interesting.
And at a pretty, that's a kind of an intimate setting for them. So that'll be a cool show.
Yeah. All right, Trent, thank you. Nice to hear your voice.
Good to talk to you guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right.
We've got a couple of other things going on this weekend as well. The All-Star Weezer tribute, the Pinkerton and Blue album, is happening at the State Room that we've been giving tickets away all week. We'll have another couple of sets for the rest of the week. Saturday, I'm trying to afford this if I can. We'll see. I'm weaseling my way into it. Base Case is happening at the Complex. It's a huge EDM dubstep show. There's Stoned Level, Rated R, and Death Pact are some of the few that I'm really excited about to see. Other things happening. The Gallivan Center Lights and Ice Rink are still open through March. It's the Glow Garden at Gallivan Center. You
Really,
can see all
that's
those,
really beautiful.
all the art pieces, and there are a bunch of them are either going to be or are from Burning Man, which is super cool. The 2025 Art Market at Mill Creek Common is happening and varying dates through the weekend of starting the 18th and then going through next month. The 2025 Utah International Auto Expo that we've been talking about as well is happening this weekend. And Saturday, I'm going to try and go to this before the concert if I can. Crafts and Drafts over at Keto's Brewery.
Oh.
One of my favorite breweries. And they're going to do arts and crafts of some sort. And then the Utah Hockey Club is playing the St. Louis Blues over at Delta Center on Saturday as well. The Winters Farmers Market on Saturday mornings at the Gateway is still going on through April. There is a couple more things going on. I didn't put them on my list, but you can always find links and everything to all of this over at x96.com.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right,
Thanks,
Katie,
guys.
thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. We'll continue. That's your concert and community calendar. We got some messages, a song, and us crawling towards the exits coming up. Stand by for all of that. BigOTires.com.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm serious. My tires I have Big O tires on my car right now.
Of course you do.
And they're in pretty good shape. But I'm seriously considering taking them off and buying a whole new set of tires so I can get free Papa Murphy's pizza for a year.
It's no gimmicks. It's really just that simple. You buy 4 brand new tires from Big O and you get that pizza for a year. Not just tires, though, at Big O. They want to take care of all of your automotive repair needs. Tires, wheels, alignments, rotation, balances, oil changes, brakes, struts, fluids, and more.
I go to the Big O Tire on 2nd East and South Temple. Terrific people there. Get to know the Big O Tire store near you. That's the best way to do it. And there's bound to be one because they're all over the place. What you do is you go to bigotires.com. You'll find the store near you. You can even make an appointment online. And remember, if you buy 4 tires, you get free Papa Murphy's pizza for a year, but that's a limited time offer at Big O Tires.
Missed a morsel of murder from your crime desk expert?
Springs coming on August 3rd, if you're curious.
August 3rd. Let's see. I'm I'm looking at.
I'm looking at the snow. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
It's just.
I got worried that Boba Fett died, Carrie, because Boba Fett was trending. I don't.
Well, you mean the actor?
No,
They killed him off?
Oh, I just got worried. Doesn't appear.
Did you click on it?
Yeah.
I'm not clicking on it.
Oh, is
because
this a spoiler?
I'm thinking it's a spoiler that you have already spoiled now.
It just
for The Mandalorian, which I haven't watched yet. I'm planning on watching today.
Gina, did you manage to avoid the Succession spoiler?
No, that was my thing that must go yesterday.
So you did find out what it was. Have you watched the show?
No,
yet?
Neither have I, and I know what the spoiler is.
You do know.
But
let me tell you this about it. And I'm not going to say what it is. Knowing what it is does not ruin the show.
I've heard there are things about it like there's some long shot, some amazing 30-minute long one-take shot or something.
30 minutes?
It's just how the people respond to what happens is what's important and what's interesting. Not what happens, but how everybody responds to it. So
we've got them stacked up. We got that and Yellow Jackets stacking up, and
I hate that you're not able to keep things there's no way to keep things a secret.
Well, that show, The Beef, is so good.
I finished that.
I haven't finished it yet.
I finished that.
Those people are all just so awful.
Everyone is terrible.
Oh my God! Even when you start thinking even the little girl, think, oh, you little brat.
So my husband is not on social media at all.
Good for him.
So he's able to ignore things. So and he does this with sports stuff all the time.
Oh.
Like he wants to watch Premier League soccer with Muhammad, my son, not the prophet. And he's like, "Oh, I recorded that game. Let's watch it." And every time Muhammad's like, I know what happened. Unless you watch.
I want to watch a sporting event and not in real time. And if I do, I just do go out of my way to not.
It's hard though.
But you can do it.
Basically, there's too many shows.
Yeah.
In 1990, the Sundays released their debut album, Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic, featuring You're Not the Only One I Know, Can't Be Sure, and that song, Here's Where the Story Ends.
They do Wild Horses, too, which I really like their version of.
Wild Horses, the Stones song?
Yep.
Huh.
So I was talking to my sailor son yesterday, Festus, who's in medical school in San Diego, and I'm always curious what he's studying.
Is this an official entry in Hello, Sailor Boy?
I mean, kind of. It's just a quick one because I knew we didn't have much time.
Okay, well.
Hello, Sailor Boy!
So always, so what have you been working on this week? And he's like, oh, well, we're gastrointestinal system this week. But next week is very exciting. 2 things.
Is it bloody stool?
You're close. Well, that would be this week. But next week, he's going to learn how to give a prostate exam.
Okay.
And a pap smear.
At the same time?
Both.
One-handed?
Both next week.
Kind of.
And I said, how?
Now tell him to trim his nails.
I said, how?
And wear a glove.
And he said, well, he said, so for the first part of it, there's a model, like not a human model. There's like a
like a rubber.
Where they
a mannequin sort of. Yeah,
but
with
then,
holes in it.
Yeah, but then after that, it's the you gotta. There's no other way to learn than doing the whole real thing there.
Now, what red-blooded American sailor needs a pap smear?
Well, Pete Hegseth would say to get rid of women in the military, you won't need to learn how to do a pap smear.
You're telling me there are women in the Navy?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So
well, he's...
And I don't know why I'm surprised. I mean, because he keeps telling me, no, I have to be able to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the everythings I have to do.
Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc, come here a second. I need you to check my prostate.
And so what I said to him, when he told me that, I of course started singing Moon River, and Carrie will know why I'm
yes, of course.
doing that. Because of Fletch.
Yes, I know that too. And I don't even like that movie very much.
And I said, so when you're learning how to do that, I want you to be singing Moon River in your head. And now he's probably never going to be able to not have that song in his head when he's performing.
Is he that suggestible?
I mean, I planted the seed, so.
He's your kid, yeah.
Moon River.
Well, hey, Doc. Wonder what they will call him. Will they call him Doc?
They call him Doc. Yeah, that's
they
what
really?
they call him. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Doc. I got you. I got to have you look at this. What? My prostate.
Something's wrong.
So it looks like it's okay?
And, of course, here's the armchair medical people texting in.
Yeah.
Why are they teaching him prostate exams? I had mine 3 years ago, and it was just a blood test.
Well,
they still do.
As a matter of fact, did I ask him about that on the air, Dr. Cobble? I think I did this last time he was on. I said, you still do a digital exam? And he said, yeah, the blood test will tell you a lot, but you still need to do a digital exam. I think not all the time, but sometimes.
It's the same thing as like a colonoscopy. Like they have that Cologuard test you can do where you poop in a box. But
what's the different about that? I poop in a box every day.
But they say, that's fine once in a while, but still doesn't take the place of the actual.
I poop in a box because how else am I going to store that stuff?
All right. Let's do the promo and crawl towards the exits. Thursday's Radio from Hell show features our Real Housewives of Salt Lake update with Victoria.
Oh, God, help me care about the Real Housewives.
Insults, backstabbing, name-calling.
Nope, not doing it.
Victoria usually gives us a drinking game, too.
That'll do it.
Radio from Hell, finding reasons to care, Thursday morning here on X96.
Okay. I'm looking, I'm all... My plate is clear. I've sopped up everything with a crust of bread, and it's clear.
Carrie, I'm disappointed. That was a sincere question, as I thought they'd done away with the bum.
No, they haven't.
All right.
No, they haven't.
They haven't.
Okay. Yeah.
They haven't.
Still do both.
All right.
The bum poke. Come on.
It's just these armchair experts at home in their underwear, you know.
We're the experts.
Exactly.
Leave it to us.
We're not experts at all.
Right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Moon River.
Artie Fuffkin is next.
A solid hour.